Everybody all right? All right, it's too to be here by the economist Yahushua. Didn't have to do it, but done it again. We are here. Ain't that right? Only way we're going to get this thing right, go back through and look back through the Sefer, the books, the scrolls. Isn't that right? So we make sure we get our identity right and our purpose. That's a whole again. Isn't that right? Try to make sure we understand the purpose. He got a purpose for man, and we want to make sure we know what it is and make sure we halak in it. So the only way to do that is got to go through the books and see what's happening. And right here, Joe Biden is meeting today with the Chinese president, trying to talk about Taiwan and trying to see how to set up some things for business. As usually, he's a piss poor businessman. If you notice, all these elected officials make their money from conning and beating other world leaders. None of them have a successful business they create their own. They always make their money from policy, bills, and stuff they set up, and they wind up costing us money. That's how they make their money, scamming us out of money. They don't make money because they know how to get a product and get something generating where it turns funds. They just go and sign some bad bills, and when the bills fall through and everybody get jilted, it's usually the people. And that's the piss poor part of everything these people do. That's why we need our own nation. I'm still an advocate. I'm still an advocate, proponent for we need to be our own nation, separate from the United Nations, United States. And we need a table at that table. We need a seat at the table of the United Nations. So we can bring up our causes and then we can set down resolution. We need a military. You need to be able to walk away with the table and know anybody going to punch you in the back of your head because you got a military. Every time we show up at the UN and sit down in council, we have our military for security. And so none of us have one with you, say, well, we all in a different position. Based on how I've been treated, I got to make sure I got to have the right amount of force behind my conversation. Isn't that right? Everything is contingent upon this is how we'll be moving from that point forward. We're willing to work with any other nation that will be fair with us. See, that's what everybody else did. A lot of these countries start looking at America, start blocking them out. Now they're going to turn around, now America finna get blocked. That's all they done. Egypt, which is Mitzrayim, Russia, China, the Saudis, what's another one now? Argentina. A lot of these countries, South Africa, India. So all these countries that start getting together, realize, man, we create our own economy and we don't have to use their dollar. What they trying to teach you? You don't need these people to survive. You know, none of them countries collapsing. The ruble is doing better than the dollar right now in the middle of a war. With embargoes against them. And the ruble is beating the dollar. What they tell you? America don't trust. See, I told y'all before, y'all remember, I told you, they strategically put this together before he went on that fight. North Korea, China, Russia. Who you say, Italy? Why do you think Italy? Well, Italy is kind of not, they looking at getting Russian oil, so a lot of these people already strategically put some stuff together, realized they knew they were going to move. Everybody know their playbook. They knew the first thing they're going to do, they're going to set embargoes against them. Russia showed them, I can beat you, I can hold you out. Everything he's doing against them, now all these people, some are hungry, they're looking to buy Russian oil. Turkey just told them they're going to take the ruble. He tell them, too, I want you to pay me with the ruble, I don't want the dollar. I don't want the pound, I don't want no European money, give me the ruble. So Turkey just told them they're going to buy oil from it, they're going to give them the ruble. India buying oil from it, they just what, the second largest population on the planet? See, everybody strategically learned how to get around these so-called fake embargo. I told y'all before, we have given white people their power. Come on. Only reason why people won't fight them because they done told them the niggas gonna help them. Yep. Not this nigga. That's right. This nigga gonna be asleep. That's right. I ain't doing nothing. That's right. They ain't put their hand on me and they ain't push my mama, I ain't getting involved. Yes, sir. Now they pushed my mama, I'm the first one out there. I had a friend years ago, man, we was in high school in South DeKalb Mall, and some guy was fighting. His mama got from work. She worked at J.C. Penney back then, and his mama was coming through. She was right there where they were standing around. It was around the foot. They had wishing well pool, and the DeKalb County police were coming through. They were pushing people out the way, and one of them guys pushed their mama. That day, the DeKalb County police had all they had to do was repent. They got saved. He baptized every one of them bastards. We was in high school. He caught him out back, he panted his shirt. He went down. Everyone on came, they went in that pool. He was pissed. I don't blame him. That was his mama. Yeah, he let them have it that day. The DeKalb County got their training from when we were teenagers. They were terrible. He baptized every one of them. All they needed was the name of Jesus. Them boys could have went to church that Sunday. That Saturday, Sunday, they could have went into church. Saved! I'm saved! Yeah, they pushed my mama. Then I'm going to have to get in that war. And I'm going to go get my buddy to see if he still feel the same way. I'm going to tell him, you know that's your mama too. Ain't that right? At least 5 to 10 Russians going to get baptized. But I'm just telling y'all what we need to do. Again, it's not hating. Get out of your mind. A lot of times when people say you want to formulate, like Miss Raheem, breaking away, not you. See, every time when somebody say, well, I just don't want to trade anymore with you with your dollar. I want to trade where my money had power, and I want to start diversifying where I have another currency in here. So you don't hold the final end of collapsing my economy. That's all they're doing. Why wouldn't the Negro don't realize how easy it is to shut them down, does it? Whose dollar is in your pocket? So regardless of what political statement you want to make, no matter what infrastructure you try to build, what are you trading? So how long your infrastructure going to work? See, all these folks in Reparations, all these folks out here, I'm not interested in really listening to any people right now. They want to sit down and let's just strategically look at. I'm telling you something. White people, there are white people that broke off from the system years ago. They're not trading the dollar, and they live here in America. Oh my goodness. Y'all didn't know that? There are white people that live here that have broke themselves off from the system, and they don't trade the dollar. Because what did that tell you white people know? If I trade the dollar, you can shut the dollar down. You can devalue the dollar. So I've lost already. You can inflate the dollar. See, what they did, what a lot of people didn't realize what hurt. Do y'all know why the whole world is really screwed up economically? It's because they asked, well, print them dollars. And they would shoot. Most of y'all thinking it's not Russia. It's not anything you're thinking. America printed a lot of dollars during COVID. They put all them dollars in our pocket, and this thing has collapsed other people's economy. Nobody's talking about this. That's why a lot of people piss with the West. Like y'all printed all them damn dollars and y'all put them out here, and you damn near done collapsed my country. That's why everybody getting rid of the dollar. They're looking at it's time to get rid of it. It's not safe. Listen, and you're not looking at, most of us are building up our futures on what these white people are establishing to you that has value. When you go and trade this on an international market. See, the problem is with us, they don't teach us how to do business outside of our communities. So what they tell you, man, put something back in your community. Put something back in. The problem in your community, unless you can think. McDonald's, a lot of these places started in communities, Crystals and Harding. Then they started moving into other locations. You got other cities. Then they moved to other states. Then they start looking at, okay, my money can only go so far here. So I need to start expanding on trying to open my business and put it international. So if one economy is not doing well here, another economy, so I can still generate McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, a lot of big corporations. It ain't just those just using a restaurant, because they start looking at, I can't count on just the dollar. So the Negro, so-called Negro, he doesn't think like that. Nobody ever taught us about that. Nobody taught us how to do no trade. They didn't teach us business. The average of us learn business on our own. They never taught us no business. If you go to school and you take a business class, business is going to teach you how to run somebody else's business. They don't teach you how to create business. They teach you how to do certain business types and learn how to do certain things, organizational. They don't teach you how to construct your own. They teach you how to go into the man and tell the man, I know how to do this for you. I can do this for you. If you hire me, I'm proficient in this. They don't teach you how to create your own. They don't teach you to learn different currencies, learn the value of the currency. They're like Qatar. Their dollars is what, 4 to 1 of ours? Why won't you try to get business and do business like these white people and go somewhere where they can get 4 to 1 on their dollar? So when they bring the dollar back, when they bring the dollar from Qatar back over here from Bahrain when it's $4, how much you think they got? They killing them. When these businesses open their businesses and put their businesses in Europe, when the pound is more, what do you think happens when they bring their dollars back? Guess what we do? Stay here where your money don't grow and you're just getting a bunch of taxation. You're not growing, you're not making money. These white people make money like this Ukraine war. They don't realize why America is the biggest funder of the Ukrainian war right now. No one, all of Europe together hadn't put more money we put it in Ukraine. What did they tell you when white people ain't funding white people? What are they telling us? Does anybody remember the reason why they're telling you why we're over here and we're helping Ukrainians? For democracy. Any other reason y'all can think of why we're over here and why it's adamant for everybody to stand here and help keep Russia from winning Ukraine? No. It is because they've told us that Russia is going to invade all of Europe. So if they win over in Ukraine, it's going to spill over in Europe. That's why they're trying to get everybody involved. They're saying this is bigger than Ukraine. See, you got to sell people on a bigger proxy than what they're giving. They're saying once he gets Ukraine, we got to look at every country that borders. So all the countries that border Ukraine are looking at, he's coming here next. Russia's going to invade me next. So now you get everybody on the hype saying, we got to stop Russia. When all this is said and done, the United States will be the biggest people that will come in and do reconstruction in Ukraine, and they'll get all their money back plus some. They'll control every contract that comes through them. It'll be all set up through one of these white boys from who's been in here before, probably Dick Cheney and them organization, which will pay everybody else. Everybody coming there, it'll be tax-free to get you over there. White people make all their money tax-free for 2 years. They don't just beat you all the way, they also beat the tax racket. Because they're going to tell them, which makes sense. You didn't make your money here. Why would I tax you? Wow. I wonder that's why all these corporations go in other countries. Right. That's why the nigga never wins. You're not a business person. You don't know business. Why y'all think these people just go and put their business in other countries? I didn't make my money here. How can you tax me? Exactly. So I bring my money back tax-free. I let y'all niggas cry about the tax. Because you made all your money here. So you're in a system where they're going to tax you here. They might tax me on something I'm bringing in, but you can't tax me on my earnings. See, it's so much about business we need. How many, you took business in college, didn't you, Aaron? Did they teach y'all about that? Go make your money in other countries so you can avoid some of the tax. Did they teach you how to start your own business, or they taught you how to go into other corporations and then you can assure them you can run their business? What they taught you? Business plans, doing business plans. Yeah, I think my wife got some of that stuff too, that business plan stuff. Seemed to be some kind of addiction they have at black colleges. Why don't they get together and build their own college without being funded by white people? These professors got so much knowledge and information. Why are you sitting here waiting on $60,000 a year? Right. I'm teaching you how to do something. Why not teach my damn self? Right. And break the monotony? Because they don't. All these people, it's all a scam. Everybody's scamming us. That's just being honest. And we got to start watching scams for these people and start looking why we got to start strategizing. I'm not going to criticize the people that gone up to try to put on the table about reparations. The problem I got with the people that's trying to do reparation, I don't feel like you reached out to enough of us before you went. That's just being honest. I'm sorry, somebody said something I couldn't read. Was that a thing where somebody asking for reparation? It was in. What was that? Was that the people that went to Washington? Another group? Can anybody look that up and see who were the people who asked for the reparations? Because see, that's a problem. We don't know who you are. We're not affiliated with what it is you're trying to do. And you're asking for something, you need enough of us on board to say we agree with it, concur. That's the power behind what you're doing. When you take protesters out, they don't take protesters out ignorantly. You tell them why you're going out. This is against. This is for. And you get people with signs. You get people on board when they're out here. Of course, you got stragglers that are going to come because like anything, people come to see the fight. But the main core of your people, you want them informed on why you're out here, why there's a need to be out here, why there's a need not to back down, what their rights are. Don't just go shooting that out your mouth talking about reparations. You need to talk to us. What are they going to do, cut a check to you? Because now we're going to tear your ass up. I found out my money, they said, you know your money now. That's your ass. Isn't that right? You don't think I'm a faggot because that's your ass. That's my money. See that? And you do it right. I'm talking about that, humorously now. So, but this is the thing you're looking at. If you're going to do things like this, you need to try to get your message out. I think holler, to me, niggas get out stuff when they're going to have a party. Yard sale, garage sale, you can get it out if you want to. Don't try to put it on social media, don't have that much control. We talk and get it out to everybody on this other things we want to do. Ain't that right, nigga? You just send chain letters out. Now start sending chain letters. Isn't that right? Get niggas locked in here together. Because there is a need for us to stand up and try to make sure that we're identified and acknowledged. And that needs to be done among the core, among the masses. Now, if you don't come, you hear the call, that's your choice. But you need to at least put it out to everybody. And like I told you before, my end would be let people have an input to saying, we agree. You ain't got to hear every voice. We'll say, this is what we're asking for. And we get a majority. We see people don't. Then we say, we'll scratch that off the list. You don't have enough of the people on board for it. But let's get the main issues we need to get done, right? We need to be able to control our communities. We need to be able to control our security. We need to be able to have a greater hand into the education system for our kids. We need to be able to control our health care. We need to be able to choose our own doctors. We need to be able to need people playing where they give us a list of people who they flunkies. Everybody on that list are people they pay. How many of y'all got an HMO? HMO, must have got HMO. And the reason you have an HMO and why they make it cheaper, that means your doctor talks with them before he talks to you. Why would I be signing a HIPAA act and my doctor is talking with you? You're a damn insurance company. There's no reason to be talking to you about anything except for payment. If it's something regarding my health, if it's something, because my physician needs to be able to sit down, we need to have real conversation if it's something involving my health. They say, well, listen, we send a cyst somewhere, right? And that cyst could turn later to be an issue. Right now it's not. And the reason why I'm talking to you about it, because we can address this early. And we can go ahead and stop it so it's not a potential problem. But instead, my insurance company, my medical professional, physician will call the HMO insurance and discuss with them. The HMO insurance will say, leave it alone. Because if I'm lucky, the ass will be dead before then. And if it do, just say if you do get it in 5 years. In 5 years, who to say I'll be your insurance carrier? So I'd rather deal with it then. See, these are things nobody educated. How many of y'all were not educated on how to pick insurance? High school didn't teach you, college didn't teach you. You know, you learn after you go here and somebody start telling you your insurance don't cover it, your insurance don't cover it, your insurance don't cover it. You trying to figure out, my insurance, what I'm paying insurance for? It's to see your plan. You saying plan? I thought it was insurance. Right. What plan? Which means if it's a plan they give you, who designed it? And they knew you would get it because they said it was cheap. All you did, you looked, you said, this is like a good one. And when all you looked at the curve, your ass looked at the price. Because you looked at the price, that's why you got piss poor health care. So we need to set insurance. Really, to me, health care should be free. Health care it's not a luxury. Health care is a need. People got to have it. Poor people, rich people, everybody, they can holler about, oh, Canada takes the hell out you now. They're going to take all your money for it. But I don't see why you charge. What, somebody just deliberately don't want their kidney? I mean, if people need real health care, there's people that are dying and still dying because of this piss poor rules that people got. Health care should be free. I just believe it. I don't know why you want to charge nobody for health care. People got cancer, people got, this stuff will break you trying to pay for this stuff. The medication will take you out. Y'all how many people lose everything behind when you have cancer? That's why they wind up dying, because it's depressing when you start looking at the bills. They give them pretty commercials about, come here, the cancer treatment. Y'all seen them commercials? Well, we talk, y'all remember this? You know what this stuff cost? Man, you'll be spending about $40,000, $50,000. So we sit down, we plan a meal. You thinking, hell, they're like you just knock on the door, they just let you. Well, hell, they don't. You could be spending $50,000, $60,000. You could be spending $100-something thousand. How many people got white and black got $100-something thousand to spend for cancer? Especially cancer you got that your government put the stuff in the food. That's just being honest. So when you look at it, you're a victim of the system because your government is not helping you. Your government should be regulating your food. If they're saying they're here for the betterment and the welfare of the people, they know that they're putting these chemicals in your food. A lot of these chemicals, they're giving it to them. You guys know, I showed y'all, see that, you know that bottle that sit up on now, or that fertilizer? You'll get it from one of y'all. I'm going to see y'all. Let y'all see that fertilizer. See where that stuff come from. It just tires me out that I have to spend so much time talking about stuff like this, and why people in general aren't pissed and aggravated enough to say enough is enough. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever your nationality is. Isn't it time to do something? Isn't it time for us to say, the hell with this stuff? It's time for us to take care of ourselves. The fact that you sit here and you got stuff on the back of a packet, hell, you don't even know what the words are. Even if you can enunciate, you don't know what they mean. And by the time you sat down and looked up every word in them ingredients, hell, the store be closed. That's right. You can't get nothing out of the shit. If you read the ingredients to every one of them products, how long you gonna be in the store? Hell, you gonna how do you use them? Oh, this right here. Look at him. Beautiful. This right here. Can my people, I'm gonna see if I pull something out. And y'all see this here. I don't know if they can see that. Can they see that right here? You look, these grains right here. This is crystal green. What do you usually mean when something green? When they tell you it's green. Natural. That's right. What is it? That's right. This right here is called crystal green. This is human shit. I'm not making this up. This is from your government. This is fertilizer that they give to farmers for free. This is human shit. This is human shit that's free for farmers. Y'all see it? Crystal green is the name of it. Get something to get this shit off the floor. No, that shit, go wash your hand. Let me pick up that. Yeah, go wash your hand. That shit you picked up right here. I don't eat this shit, I don't pick this shit up. Oh, piece of shit got in my hand. They don't like that. The government give it to them. There might have been a granny in here. I think one. I guess so, yeah. I appreciate it. They say here, crystal shit. Green. That's how they get. You see the green, what we naturally do? Natural. It is natural. Come out your ass. This is what this is. Crystal shit. I'm trying to pass around and look at it. Your government does this. Your city government, your county governments, they get us the phone. Let them pass around, let people see it. Nothing look pretty. Look like something you just put in your mouth, just throw a little bit, just eat your little granules or two. You're going to try to read it all. I'm just trying to check. Yeah. But, I want y'all to just see what this is okay. Because your government took this from out of the treatment plant, reduced it down into pebbles and changed the color and put gold crystal shit on, crystal green, and labeled it. And now listen, the food you're eating, they are giving this free to farmers. Let me see what happened. How many of y'all in here just happen? I'm just taking a while, I guess. Think about it. How many of y'all just happen to shit for a living? How many of y'all shit? Okay, let me just pick somebody. How about you, ma'am? Did you raise your hand that you do it? Okay. Would you happen to take any type of medication? Yes, sir. What kind of medication you take? Blood pressure, insulin, cholesterol. That's it. You, sir, may I ask you? Do you take any medication? What kind of medication? Blood pressure. And something to regulate my heart rate. Something to regulate his heart. Who knows where this goes when he takes this shit? How many out here don't take cholesterol medicine? How many out here don't take diabetes medicine? How many y'all don't take blood pressure medicine? How about you eating it? Yeah. This is what they're giving away to farmers for free. So what you saying you don't eat, now you wondering years down the road, why all of a sudden you breaking down, Chris? This is in the shit. Let's not just go with these two kind people here. We have ain't blood pressure, medication, and diabetes, insulin. And you take something for your heart too? Or something you take? Just cholesterol, blood pressure. Now, what are we gonna do with the people that take AIDS medicine? Why are they taking AIDS medication? So it probably don't come out of this shit. What about people that take cancer radiation, who take radiation for cancer? They possibly don't probably take it, don't do that. Which means some of it's in the shit. This is what your governments are giving to farmers for free because the price of fertilizer is so high and to keep the cost of food down. This is how they're making a fool out of you. When years ago we got fertilizers from cows that ate grass, from horses that ate grass. So when they're going in there, when they're defecated, they're only putting back the grass that they ate, which is good to use on the food. Your fertilizer always came from herbivores. People that ate plants, who ate greenery. Now you're getting fertilizer from carnivores. Nobody puts lion shit on food. You don't take fertilizer from carnivores. You're only regenerating because these animals don't eat meat and they're only eating grass and straw. They're putting it back. So it's enriching, it's igniting the ground for you. They decide to give you medicated shit. That's why you got to start looking at why y'all process things so slow to think. Why you so slow and unproductive when it comes about being activists, when it comes down to your health care, when it comes down to your living situation, when it comes down to the education system, when it comes down to your welfare. You've been eating shit. I just need you to see for yourself what you're getting. Y'all take a picture, look it up, see. I want you to think I'm lying to you. Look this stuff up. Can y'all look this information up so y'all can expose me for lying to these people? Y'all want to know the truth, don't you? Yes, he said the truth will liberate you. So now, what you gonna start doing by some of these farmers is where you getting it from? I don't know where you get your fertilizer from. Well, the government supplies it for me for free. And these people, no doubt, since they got a green sticker on it, can no doubt to sell you food and say it's organic. Because shit is natural. It just ain't natural to eat shit. See, I told y'all, people ain't practical. They're going to worry about I said the word shit. They're not going to worry about me telling the truth. Fertilizer. I'm sorry, I meant to call it fertilizer. That's how they beat you. He played word games with you. All word games. See, you got to get the so-called Negro conscious. And I need y'all to, that's why I try to get y'all to change some of your eating habits, change some of your practices. Because, see, a lot of times you don't realize we have a lot of brain fogs. You don't think you do, you really do. They're killing you with the food. Because we more or less feed ourselves to certain tastes, the sugary taste, the salt taste. And with the sugary taste and the salt taste, they're doing a lot of destruction on us. There are foods that are natural that have your sugars. But he'll get the sugar, he'll process the sugar, and he'll give you a white sugar. Because the white sugar do the same thing the white man do. It'll screw the hell out you. That's right. The white salt, the iodine salt, bad. I tell you, I try to say, all natural salt, they don't want to eat it. You don't lose a bit of your taste, and you get all the health benefit, and it don't spark your body. Renee's right now and get that little Martin girl. What that white girl did years ago? Holler, she was raped by a nigga. That's right. I don't see no more white girls on my salt. I'm done. All that Martin girl went and holler rape case and a nigga going to jail. Listen, I'm just being honest with y'all. If we don't change stuff about us, you'll think that's an easier defeat than running up fighting you naturally. They've already tried it, just like they did with Shamshun. They realized this shit ain't working. Every time we run up against him, he knocking our ass out, he killing us. We gotta get in his head. We gotta get in his head. We gotta work on this joker mental. They worked on their mental, broke him down, and after they was able to do that, hell, it was nothing. Take his eyes out. You take his eyes out, what'd he miss? Nah, now he can't get knowledge. These niggas don't even realize now you see them point why you want to come and anoint our eyes with eye salve. Because when you can see, that makes a difference. Then you can focus in and you know about appearances. Hello? Okay, just trying to help y'all out. And with that, you get knowledge. So they blinded us on a lot of ends. Even they came out years ago, they tried to tell how they were blinding. You missed it. How they told they were blinding you? With science. How they got you to get the COVID shot? Science proved how healthy it was and how better it was. They blinded you with science. That's how they blind you now. A lot of your information you got, it's based off of science. Y'all remember that song? He blinded me with science. Y'all niggas just dance your ass off. They trying to say, he's blinding me with what? Science. With science. All they keep telling us, see, Smith be talking. He don't understand. We have science. And Shaul told me to do something about science. Avoid it. What did he tell me it was? Falsely so-called. And he told me that some have erred with it. All them folk done ran that damn line and got that shot, and you've erred. They've erred. England, I had a thing, no, they'll block me. The hell with it. Let them do what they do. At the end of the day, somebody want to get right, they'll patch a check. England came out where they went, somebody sent a letter to the person in charge and telling them about their whole COVID shot, saying that, listen, we have to let the people know they're having people with massive heart attacks behind these shots, 30-year-old stroking out these shots. And nobody's talking about this on the news because they don't give a damn about you. These folks gonna put it on me. If I'm lying, let the lie go. The lie, how long the lie gonna run? All they gotta do is show data, show I'm lying. Right. Instead, you know what they do? Shadow block him, shut it down. He's saying something against the code, man. If it's helping people, hell, you say something about every other thing, you don't shut down. Why you got to get shut down by the COVID? You talk about it because they don't want people to know. Don't y'all know hospitals not reporting this stuff? Who gonna keep coming them line getting them boosters? My whole thing is, I don't get what's the whole ideology of keeping people away from it and can't nobody say nothing about it. I'm sick of that shit. If my mouth is your mouth, why you can't say it? If it's a lie, it's gonna come up anyway. But the truth, just let it be told. Come out and show it ain't happening. Show us the real numbers. Then all these people got the shot, they ass sick. Joe Biden got it back to back. Then his wife got it. They'll have all the boosters and the shot, they still getting it. And then they got to isolate, you can't see their ass, and you trying to tell me I need to get it. I can't get the man. Why would I go get the shot? The people who got it still getting it. And some of them have it worse. You can't even see their ass when they get it. They hide them, put them up somewhere. You know what you say how bad they suffering. You think they treat him with the same stuff they give y'all niggas? I went to the hospital, they gave me a bag of some shit. I ain't take that stuff. It ain't look like you nothing you need to put in your body. I didn't take that stuff. I appreciate the folks I got over Ghana. They helped me out, sent me some stuff, told me what to start taking. Started doing it. Madagascar was the first people to come up with the cure for the COVID vaccine, and they tried to assassinate the president. They blackballed him in Africa. They made every African country get rid of it. Do y'all not know that they gave it to all the African, they offered to every African country for free. Gave it to them. The United States and England came in and made them lock that shit up and they can't touch it. They touch it, they done on the trade. So here they got COVID. Listen, he been told them. He said, vaccine, we already got the cure. And they tried to assassinate him. They missed. They tried to kill him too. They don't play that stuff. It's too much money to be made. Pfizer got rich off of us. Moderna, man, they stock shot through the roof. They raped everybody. All these folks just said, listen, you invented a poison with no repercussion. You have to sign off that you can't come back at them. Listen, the government gave them complete immunity. There will never be a time they'll be put in the court, they'll be sued. The government signed a pact with them. You won't get, they done shipped this shit to all these countries, tore up all these little third world countries, they done messed all their ass up. They're not gonna let y'all see these numbers. They got all these people messed up in these little countries, because these folks, they may tell, listen, you have to get this to come in our country. Yep. Now these folks done jumped around there, folks saying, well, you know what, we drop some of these COVID restrictions. We're gonna go ahead and let you in. You like, for real? Yep. Y'all done stabbed the hell out of me. Yes, sir. And then you just gonna drop it, because they realize we did what we need to do. Yep. We got enough of y'all people sick. See, they feel like it's too many people. It ain't hard. I got shortages. What I need to do? They're not finna increase no labor. They don't need no more labor. They're trying to get rid of labor. You need slaves. Yeah. People, yeah. Let me ask y'all a question. How many of y'all familiar with slavery? What was slavery? Free labor. Free labor. Simple as that. Okay. So how do I get an indentured servant? I get a person who's trying to accomplish something or have something, who agrees to work for me for 7 years. After 7 years, they can walk away on their liberties and their freedoms. And then but a slave, I just gave you a title. In 7 years, how much you been put up? Exactly, you're a slave. What do you know about it? You were broke when you came in. You ain't smart enough to put up nothing to get away. Your ass be locked in another 7 years. Before you know it, I won't just have you. I have your kids. You'll raise your kids the same way to prove you that. Look at the. How many of y'all came up in the project? Grew up in the project? Was in the project? How many of y'all remember single mothers in the project? I'm talking people who grew up in the project. Okay. How many of y'all remember single mothers in the project who had kids. Did we talk about that? How many of y'all remember single mothers in the project who had kids, and they wound up getting an apartment in the project? You won't break the cycle like slavery. You wind up succumbing to your surroundings. That's what they pray on you for. They know you'll succumb to your surroundings. All you'll do is you'll establish the next generation of project holders. And the next one, all it takes is for a girl to get pregnant. And when she starts looking at her check, she need more money, she gets pregnant again. Typically, she'll get a low-class ass nigga who ain't doing shit. He'll drug deal, half-ass mess around, kick her some money, use her apartment for stash, and then she got another baby dad, his ass one. They about to be at war, it won't be long, their ass will clash and one of them wind up shooting each other, killing one of them. Then she got another sorry-ass nigga who have a kid by him, and one of them sorry-ass nigga who might decide he done got out of prison, want to do the right thing, try to get forced to try to help take care of the rest of the kids who dad ain't shit. So you just keep repeating this repetitive cycle that we hadn't broke because nobody educated. We need to be able to get into these project low-income homes, and we need to be able to establish something for our people. Because while people will think you've escaped and you've done something, leaving them behind becomes your hurt, because a lot of this fester our gains. It fester our unwanted pregnancy. All this stuff, in fact, it's a haven for it. I tell you what, how many of y'all familiar with mosquitoes? How many of y'all don't like them? Good, good. You know some things you could do about them, like the way you cover yourself, the way you dress yourself, exposing. Get rid of standing waters and different things, because these are tend to attract it. So what do you think I do? And where did I get this study research? On my damn self. The white man, because he knows, he watches. He see what get things together and how you break them up and get them apart. So now what he starts to do, he starts to put low, cheap alcohol here. Guess what you draw? The mosquito sucking ass niggas. Go see a store, say go out of business because nobody buying Old English 800. You know who don't buy it? Places in Buckhead, places in Sandy Springs. They don't have the type of people they have. They don't drink it. You have to look at the type of people that you keeping for your area. See, all of your areas are used to take you out. Listen, between the gang violence, between the drugs, between the misinformation. We ain't talking about on truth. I'm talking about on just the fact of how you educated, period. And your news that you're getting. You got it? And where you're at, you're doomed to die. Look at the foods in your stores. I'm not giving your ass no Kroger's. Your ass getting a Piggly Wiggly. Your ass getting a Wayfield. Your ass getting a Big Foods. Some shit nobody even never heard of before. Hell, I'm going to eat at a place called Foodie Foots. Cup food. This is where George Floyd was killed at. What the hell is a cup food? That ain't even a name. You actually sign a business license and say you opening up a store, a convenience store that said cup food. Never would have made it in the white community. Never would have made it. They said the name is not even intelligent enough for me to go in. You know what the nigga at? Damn, all that. I gotta get me some cigarillos. I gotta get some blunt paper. See, he keeps showing you you're not intelligent because no one is talking to you to tell you. I try to avoid stores not going, and you got all this plastic shit up here, and I got to reach my hand in something, and you slam my shit up in here, and I got to bag it up. I don't buy from stuff like that. I'm not interested. I feel to be, you know what I'm saying? You want me to come to your establishment, make your establishment look attractive. Servicemen, you got that much problem, close the shit down. I ain't got time to be reaching down on metal compartments, trying to rattle my shit, done shook all up, my drink all here. My drink needed Pepto-Bismol because this damn stomach upset. I don't have time for stuff like that. I know y'all looking, oh, matter. I just go. At some point, when you got to start looking at how much, let me do this. When are you not being insulted in America? When are you not insulted? So let's start getting rid of some of the insult. Kind of like Joe, me and you, Joe, let's pull that my mama stuff out. Let's just get rid of that. You know, some stuff you start moving some. Let's remove some of the disrespect. A little bit, let's remove. Let them stores close down. Because amazingly, they can go do it in other communities. You know what I'm saying? And then look at the communities that have these stores. Look at how the store is kept. They drink so they can justify how they treat you. Right. So guess what? And the reason they do that, Bigger stores need them stores because they throwing away too much food in the dumpster because it's outdated. Most of y'all don't know, I had a restaurant with my wife. We went and done some everything off of Memorial Drive, and there was a convenience store right next to me. That damn Muslim Indian, whatever he was, they looked the same. He had one of them date guns. Listen, click it. Hit that damn thing, change the date on it, keep it right there. Old ass food. Listen, they buy the gun to change the date. I ain't telling nobody told me, I'm telling what I seen. Black people, you know what we do? We buy shit. What I do with it? Hit a dead on the head. No, you're right. I throw it in the trash. Throw it in the trash. Instead of getting this thing and look at a lawsuit on your ass. So I might be sick. Try to get the FDA in here and shut your ass down. You ain't got no business. This stuff could kill me. It's dated for a reason. After that point, they said, I ain't responsible. That's why they want that debt on that paper. See, y'all don't look at, these people keep up with their product. Let me tell you what, people do, black people do stupid stuff, and some white people is stupid. They go buy something and go do some little shit, like go get it, put something in it, then call them, file me a little lawsuit. That's real, that's pretty too. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Them codes that's on now, it lets me know what company, which one of my plants manufactured it. It lets me know what date it was manufactured on, okay? All this shit rolling, and you ain't gonna believe what that's called. It let me know what store it went to. Where you got this from? I got it from Marietta. Interesting, because it wasn't in the Marietta. Your dates ain't matching up, and then this is what I'm gonna do. You just have a hypothermic user. You bought one, and it's got some poison stuff in it. I'm gonna go pull everything that connected that number. Yours the only one came up with it. So the machine spit poison in this one piece of product, and everything else went through good. That be your ass. That's how they get you. They keep numbers to everything. People done tried. I had a guy one time years ago, back early 90s. He got a beer from Coors. It was a Coors beer. Had a rat in it. That's not hard. At the bottom of your can, you got numbers. We go right back to where that whole thing apparently was going. It didn't take long to break it down. And they got his ass. He thought, yeah, I put that rat in there. They're like, we know you did. They don't play no stuff like, see, white people keep a better record than what you do. You just run around that stuff like folks. That's why, let me tell you what they'll tell people, you don't pay attention. They'll have stuff on there, and they'll try to tell you when you buy the box, not for individual sale. They don't know why. I got numbers on this shit. This is how I keep up with people. You start selling shit and moving the wrong place. I need to be able to track down somebody pull some more scam shit, trying to act like something happened. That's why I put not for individuals. They don't want it. No, I need to keep up with the pack. Because if you got that one, you should have 11 more because there's 12 in the pack. Right. And that would explain why you probably got a problem with your product. Oh, y'all didn't know this, did you? Preacher done a little something, everything, ain't it? Yes, sir. I can help them. But you know what? They don't pay me no attention because they ain't got no degree behind my name. So they ain't got to go listen to me, Chris. I be old diamond. I try to help y'all out. There's a lot. The folks beat you all the time. All I'm trying to tell you, I'm not mad at them because they know. Guess why they do all this? People scam you. People will scam you. And you know how they know that? Because they scamming you. Yeah. So they got to set something in place to make sure nobody try to come back and scam them. I got just like when Archie, when he was told, when Red told him and girl, they hit the number, what he did? He got straight up, paid for that. And what he do? I'm going to go check my rippings. Yeah. I'm going right back and check my rippings. That's how I'm going to know whether or not you beat me. Because if you saying you hit the number, when I go back and check, I'm going to know whether or not you've done it. See, white people, you can't ever check white people but with your mouth. You got to start putting numbers on your stuff, keeping up with your stuff too. But see, when you don't have anything of your own, you can't trace nothing back. See, they blow us off so easy. They get up, they use a bunch of big medical term words, scientific terminology, and other words he put up front of thesaurus, and before you know it, your ass punked out. It's just too much. You just can't put it in. You start telling about demographics and other stuff, you can't possibly know what the hell he's talking about. You done heard it before, but you don't know how it actually works. So he just like the metaverse. You know they did admit that Facebook already put on, they don't know what the hell the metaverse is. I know that. Oh, no, this don't know. They admitted it. I watched the guy. He said they don't even know what it is. All my folks, the metaverse preacher. damn folk got it, don't even know what it is. Something don't exist, damn thing finna go out. They don't try to be preaching. What they gonna be doing? People gonna be in the computer. You gonna go in there, you gonna go in the store, you gonna touch something. Then they gonna send it to you. You're gonna touch something, your ass going to jail. You're gonna go in there and touch something, it's gonna be a white woman booty. You thought it was a show. And when they lock your ass up for on a computer for touching a white woman booty, and you find this is more detrimental than walking up touching a real white woman booty, your ass will come on back off there. Man, you can't fool around with these people, man. These people got too many tricks for you. They just make up stuff, then they crash it on you. They run you behind, they crash. But so that's why I'm telling y'all the need for us to establish our own, so you can be in control. Aren't you tired of being the last person to find out the shit done hit the fan? Yes. Yes. What if you be the person to know when the turd coming out? Right. That'd be a big difference. But since you don't have a real voice, you don't have a real say, you're not real conscious of what's going on, you don't even care to care. Because the average people in your circle don't care. That's what they count on. They more or less put you around people to control your thinking. The people you're around don't care. They're not motivated. They don't push to do. So where your motivation gonna come from? Where your push where your drive coming from? Exactly. It's not. That's what they do. You keep a lot of people around people to suppress them or depress them. Hello? Yes, sir. It controls the mood. That's right. That's what they do. They can't afford to have people out here who want to be in control of their moods. I can't have you sit out here controlling your moods. Man, we had a ring, the mood ring. Something that alerts you and lets you know, you can tell, you said you can look at the ring and say, now I'm going to say it's showing. And it's something that really, this gem that they put in here actually changes based off of your reactions or your feelings. And it will show if you were happy, it had a color. You say, okay, I am feeling good. Even my ring showing it to me. Then they start getting rid of stuff because it started having people wore it, kept looking at it too much. Because they start looking, I'm sad, and then the ring showing, I don't want to be sad. Now I want to make myself happy. So I don't need nothing that alert you like a watch. I need you to say, it ain't nothing. What's wrong with you? It's nothing. I'm sad. You don't need nothing letting you know about that. You don't need nothing alerting you, making you conscious of your behavior or making you conscious of your emotion. That's why people go, church will control you. Sunday when you shout, you don't see folks shouting on a damn Monday. Hell, you got to go to work Monday morning. Hell, you shouting for? Man, go ahead and get you some coffee so you can stay up and don't go to sleep. Wednesday, hell, you trying to, nobody be shouting on no Wednesday. You get your shout ready, your praise on for Sunday. So I go on and beat you through in depression, make you think relief only come on Sunday. Same thing you try to do, just relief just come on Shabbat. Said, all of him I got, he can't get relief that we could keep this thing, it could keep going along and along for a long time. But that's why I need to be conscious of my Creator. I need to be conscious of the ideas that he's trying to impose upon me. But a lot of times y'all not conscious, you just kind of outgoing, doing, and ain't thinking, and ain't looking at people around you, how they thinking, how they motivate you, what they do. I'm one of the people, it don't matter what nobody else do, I know what I'm going to do. Right. I just be honest. It don't matter what nobody else do. That's just my drive. I'll be telling you a lie if I told you other folks affected me, and other folk kept me down, other folk held me back, and other folk made me not want to do nothing. I'll be telling you a bold-faced lie. I think at the end of the day, that's where you at. People where they at because that's where you comfortable at. That's as far as you want to push. That's just not me. I got to get everything I can. I remember years ago one time I used to buy my dad a grocery. I was getting him stock can. I told my dad, I said, Dad, I need to try to cut back. I said, cause these steaks and stuff like that, I said, I got other stuff my family got to pay for. He said, I ain't trying to cut back. I'm trying to get all I can get. I ain't like, that thing hit me, but that thing hit me. I was trying to get like, maybe we kind of break. I'm working a job. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, we ain't eating no steaks growing up. Where this steak stuff come from? We had cube steak. I didn't know a cow could shit out other than a cube steak. I didn't know what, when I would come on cube steak, a T-bone, I'd have walked right past it. I seen him in the little winter, but we kept walking. I buggy rolled past it. T-bone, ribeye. By the first time I probably got steak was just like them cheap ass steak, them New York strip stuff like that. I don't eat no stuff like that. I tell them, I don't eat that stuff. We go down hunk of meat, I say, I don't eat that stuff. So you start learning your ends of your steak, what you eat. I don't listen. I don't eat premium. I can't eat that shit, man. That white folk, they give it to you. These gonna be having, go to Waffle House, get that. That damn thing right there, man. That thing probably about a penny and a half. I can't eat all that stuff. See, they won't give you no ribeyes. They ain't gonna tip on. They don't get no filet mignon. We ain't know nothing about that. Hell, we thought filet mignon was Chinese. That's right. I'm just saying, nobody told us this is one of your most expensive, most tender pieces. Nobody told. All we knew was cube steak, bologna. They didn't call it bologna. They said bologna was the black man's steak. We fried hell out of some bologna. That's what we knew. That's what we knew. What you gonna do? That's what you know. So now you start to become conscious of stuff and realize how much stuff they kept you away from, how much stuff you just didn't know. People just give you anything and say steak. So you think it's steak, and you realize what part. See, every time somebody make you think, Jack Little, he be like, I like that strip. I said, me like that cheap shit. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna spend my money for it. That's all you got. I rather not do it. Maybe if I'm making a Philly cheese or something like that, maybe, but I don't eat it. Maybe, but hell no, I'm not gonna do that. I want steak, I'm gonna get me a steak. That's just gonna be bottom line. You start learning your better choice because sit on over tough ass meat on your stomach. See, your stomach ain't only digest so much. A lot of folks don't realize why. And white people don't know the difference. They just eat, they just shoving shit in their stomach. See, once you put something in your stomach that's too hard, your stomach automatically creates more acid. Because your stomach, look at you and your lazy ass teeth didn't chew it up. You bit it one time. Matter of fact, you sucked it down. So your stomach looking like, my ass finna be working now. And all I'm trying to, ain't no teeth in your stomach. Notice what you're doing, there's no teeth in your stomach, which means your stomach has to produce so much acid to try to break this food down. So now I'm putting a lot on my stomach. Guess what else will make your stomach produce a lot of acid? Who knows what it is? Stress. See, there's a reason why I'm trying to teach y'all certain things you don't know. Stress will make your stomach produce a lot of acid. Now you'll start to eat a hole in, so you get an ulcer. Because your stomach is producing too much acid. The acid starts to eat away at it. So now you got your stomach produce. Now you start looking at, I got acid reflux. Shit we never had come along. I've never met so many people with acid reflux. Because the way you do with your food, now you eat it, and now this acid will come up and it'll eat a hole in your esophagus. Other reason why I don't eat cheap shit. You know what they think? Never get what they thinking. Preacher, I don't think he rich nigga. No, preacher, stop being a dumbass nigga. That cheap shit will cost you more money in the long run. That's why some stuff they get. We got for that come piece of steak this big. I tell them guys, I said, don't eat it. What they do? They ain't that big, piece of meat this big. Shit off they plate, 2 more plates and damn near on mine. I'm just looking saying. I said, I know I told her don't get it. Every cheap piece of damn meat come around, I tell them every time, I said, don't eat it. I said, don't eat it. No. I said, it'll cost you later. And that like the wife said, I know, you'll pay for it later. Said, y'all get older, let me tell you something. And it is funny. And I say things I know in a humorous way. At the same time, I try to teach y'all, do your research. Now, what you're trying to enjoy, you looking at it cheap and at least you eating something. Have you really benefited when it comes down and produce more acid and now you got an ulcer? See, they ain't think about that. Just trying to have a lot of stuff here. That's why no, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't got older. Your stomach don't die. It don't process. The older you get, your stomach been doing this your whole life. It don't process the same way. You put more stress on it. Listen, one easy way to take you down is the abdominal. This is how they kill us. Your digestive tract is so sensitive. And that's what we have to pay attention to. That's how they killing us. Our mental, a lot of stuff now, when you're not fueling the body right, guess what? It makes a difference on decisions you make. Okay. Let me tell you something. Fat people don't make more conscious decisions than other people. They don't give it down. They'll look at getting some and just eating. I'm telling you, that becomes because of the poor dieting that we've got, and then mentally how you think. You stay home, you keep eating, you keep ingesting the same thing that keeps poisoning your mind. And when you poison your mind, this is the repercussion. The repercussions are right here in our all black communities, our all black universities. You'll try to see, and you can see what's happening. They're still feeding you with white information. You're not getting the proper information. So a lot of stuff we got to do, we got to clean up our diets. We got to clean up the way we think and process things. There's a reason why they need you to get there, because they know it's going to affect your health care. Once I can get you where you're not cognizant of certain things, and then I make it just your health care, man, you worry about it, you look at your health care, I don't give a damn, whatever. You'll agree to anything, you'll sign anything. And before you know it, it's a project experiment. I'm trying to come through the help of Mr. Yahushua to try to get my people out of custody of this man. This man killing us. He's killing us. It ain't just him. He's killing us in every aspect, in every place. He's killing us in our diets. He's killing us in our education. He's killing us in our community. Our kids are killing us because he got them. He took away the discipline, that strong hand of discipline we had. He took that away. Now they're saying, now, where are the men at? Where the hell you think they at? In jail. That's right. You ran our ass out of here, now you holler where the men at. When we locked up and we gone and you took our voice. Right. And one time we had a voice. You know, in most African countries, when there's a divorce or separation, the woman never gets the child. They always go to the man. Always the man gets them. Now him, that shit look crazy, a man sitting around their kids. In African country, you know, they would never give a woman the kids. How can she take care of them? They look like a man would be better, but see, I'm with you. Looks crazy when you think. You know why? Look how they deflated our men. Look how they emasculated our men. Right. That shit look like a cartoon, man. Yep. A man raising kids? What TV show that is? All the time in Africa. Hands down, the man get the kids. He's the provider. He's the protector. They think we got to have a vagina to raise kids. Yahushua didn't have one. He said, I nourished and brought them up. He said, I nourished them and brought them up. That's right. That's what they did. That's how they broke her down. They made her think now, the woman. See, the black man now, the so-called quote-unquote black man, he's ready to avoid responsibility. He more than willing to walk around and just let her have it, give it up. He went there, argue, fight for 50% custody to try to be there and try to demonstrate, to try to show the type of person he is. He got to hit the street, steal holes and steal stuff he can do. We don't see that. They took that from, that was innately in us. And you know, scientifically, they learned how to take that away from us. There's been a time, man, hell, you had to lock a man up, you trying to take a man away from the kid. That man finna go to jail for you. Hell no, you lock me up, hell no, he ain't taking my kid. Shit, man, he called the police himself. Man, lock my old lady up, man. She trying to lead them damn kids him. Ain't a fight. It's not there anymore. Why? Think about it. When I beat you, if I constantly beat you every day, I constantly belittle you every day, I constantly incarcerate you, I constantly find faults with you, I constantly grade you, what the hell you want with some kids? You're dealing with enough stuff of your own. So I kind of change your settings now. And now it's like, man, let her have. He don't care, it don't bother him. That's just where we at. And see, if we don't sit down and start looking at this as a real problem, we're never gonna fix the issues. See, everybody keep coming thinking just money. Money is not our problem. Hell, we got money, we just poor spenders of it. We're bad keepers of it. You don't have to have a whole lot to make it, you just got to start putting it in different places. And that's what hurts so much. Everybody keep thinking this monetary thing is going to put us back straight. They gave folk money during the PPP, they gave people money during the SBA, and we right back where we were. So to show you before reparation, white people can get, they only play you because they know, hell, I'll give it to you, I'm going to get it right back. We're dumb asses. We're going to go straight right out about one thing we don't damn need with the most of the money. Don't insure it, the damn thing gone. Here we go again. We need another reparation. They're going to call it preparation. We need another preparation. Which one, H? Because you just shoving that in your ass. Nobody got time to be fooling around with us. We waste a lot of time. Y'all young people do better for me. Y'all do better for me. Young people, y'all do better. Y'all hear me? Y'all do better for me. Y'all do better. Don't be a part of this generation where you sit down and you just come lax and you just succumb to anything. Even with some ailments take people out because they succumb to it. They're not fighters. I'm telling you, some ailments, people die automatically when they get it. Because men, they feel like, why put up the fight? I'm tired. You'll get so they'll try to, gotta keep going, keep fighting. Someone is your drive. They took a drive away from us. They did. We don't have that push. We don't have that caring. We don't have that unction, that right to just keep going. Because you don't see no end. To what? You're under them. How far can you go? But if we can create our own nation, and we can get together and first agree to be a people, then you form a nation. Don't try to form a nation out of the real. Let's sit down first and designate ourselves as a people. Let's come up with some rules and with some regulations in order to be a part of this people. That needs to happen. That's what he gave with the tour. That's the only way you be a part of it. We can't just go, you want to come on, you be a part. Come on, you come. No. Let's put some regulation. Gotta have regulation. Otherwise, the wrong people gonna come and you're gonna lose your nation. Gotta have regulation. Military got them. They tell you be all you can be. Who don't want to be all they can be? Your ass ain't getting in here. You got to get through the basics first. So how we just going to turn around and let everybody in it? We need to first make sure where you're at. We need to make sure that a person is on board with the system that we're trying to establish. Y'all got it? We want liberties. We want rights. We want education. We want healthy food. We want good health care. We want to be able to choose our. We want the option where, hell, we don't even want to use a doctor. Not any you got. You keep it safe. If you can't cure, I'm wasting time. I ain't going to no hospital to get treated. I'm going to hospital to get better. I want to get well. Well for me means I want to be cured. I don't be sitting around looking all these people here just want to get treated. Nobody want to get well. Which means they're teaching me how to become comfortable with my situation. That's why Negroes in the situation they in. You comfortable with it. Because I'm only treating you, I can't cure you. That's legally. I'm telling you flat, I can't cure you. So what's the best I can give you? Teach you how to live with your situation. How the hell you think you're still a slave today? I've been treating your ass now. What they been doing the reason you still a slave now, why you ain't got no right? Treating you like you ain't shit. Treating you like you don't exist. Treating you like you didn't have an existence before I met you. Hell, I don't need no doctor to treat me. Hell, that's all I've been done. I've been treated.
That's right.
Isn't that right? I need somebody else to treat me now? Well, he already treated the hell out of you. You ought to be done with treat. I need a cure. That's what I'm telling you about now, how we need to establish ourselves. We need to be recognized as a nation. We need to come together as a people. We need to iron out our differences with each other. Let's start the fight. Let's look at we all have a common enemy, the system. That's right. Let's sit down. We need to hash them out. I ain't saying don't say nothing. Let's talk about it and see where we can come to some middle ground with some of this. Let's come to where we can get at least to a mutual part of respect with one another, but then let's work together to better our situation. You ain't gonna never agree with everybody. I'm not trying to agree with everybody. I'm just saying we need to agree there needs to be some type of order. There needs to be some kind of organizational structure for us. There needs to be something for our people to try to enhance and further our existence. Right now, your ass about to be pre-extinct. I'm about to start calling y'all ass dinosaur now. I mean, if it'll be putting your ass in the ground and sucking you back out. We don't need dinosaurs. Y'all got it? Yes, we need men. We need women. Y'all got it? We need straight kids. I'm telling y'all, we need, but you can't do that when who you got to talk to about this? Same with all that doing some stuff, talking on wall. Let's move it out here and let's get it where we can get something done. All these churches, all of them do the same stuff. Everybody talking inside these walls. When are we going to implement this? Why isn't there a push to sit around and let's get this to where we establish ourselves as a people so then we can get recognized as a nation? We need a seat at the table. We need, if decisions are being made, listen, how many of y'all grew up, your parents paid all the bills? Parents paid the bills. How many of y'all, your parents, you taught y'all about the bills? Well, I got to sit down, I got to pay these bills. How many y'all parents, you taught y'all about the bills? One, how many? I don't know how, they younger than us, so y'all came in a new style. Y'all parents, they weren't talking about no damn bill. They look at their ass, you paying one? How about, get your ass out of here. They ain't talking about no bill. Yeah, they ain't talking about no bill. Get your ass out of here. We didn't even know we had no bill. About damn, they didn't want you to touch the mailbox. That's my mailbox. I ain't talking about no bill. Y'all knew them new parents. I don't know their parents sound that way. It's like, you write it out. What you? No. I ain't do no stuff like that. Oh, that was adults. They handle that. Because they let them use a kid. You don't have no. Don't you worry about it. It ain't your concern. It's my concern. I'm an adult. I need to sit on that table when y'all sit down and write out a bill. Yeah, come on, preacher. Y'all got to say when bills hit the table, I need to be sitting there because I didn't know about them. Y'all got, I'm talking about bills and legislation that's gonna be put against my black ass. Against your black ass. I need to be sitting at that table when them bills pop out. I need to know something about them bills. Y'all got it? And that's what I'm trying to tell you. We need to establish ourselves, and we need to be proponents for that. We need to push toward that. But I don't know. Yeah. They always let these jokers, they'll televise, get them their issues. Just like Farrakhan. And I don't want to fight Farrakhan. They want to go put, Tom Smith fights Farrakhan. Tom Smith not fighting Farrakhan. I'm just tired of, these guys are not really as, for me, with the amount of prestige he has, with the amount of people he connects to, I feel he can do a lot more. Okay, I want to say what I want to say. At the same time, I don't want to turn this around and make this Tony Smith runs down Farrakhan. I don't want to waste my time with running down Farrakhan and any of these people. The issues are too big. One man can't be responsible to address every issue we got. It's enough of us to come together and say, these are all our issues. Let's get the main common core parts addressed. Then we make it our bid, make it our goal to address all of the other issues. That way you get people who want to be inclusive. Once we get these core goals accomplished, once we get these established, then we're going to come back and we're going to make sure we amend all these other situation problems we got. But we need to first get the first part done with establishing ourselves, sitting down first, having a conversation that involves a majority of our people with the will to try to stand and make the change. Y'all got it? Then we let them know we're going to push to be a nation. We're going to push and we're going to be proponents. We're going to get a seat at the United Nations. I don't want to sit in America and talk about it. Hell, that's all I've been doing in America is talking. I want to sit back at this table. I'm sick of this damn table. Y'all got it? I need to sit at a table that got more voices involved, that's got more pull involved, and I get more people to hear my side and get more people that say, hey, we're going to put embargoes against America. We're going to push. We're going to send troops to help support your cause because your cause is a legitimate cause. Then I do like the Godfather do. I'm going to blame some of the people at that table. I'm not going just to the United Nations to talk to the United Nations about the U.S. I'm going to talk to them about Britain. I'm going to talk to them about France. I'm going to talk to them about Italy. I'm going to talk to them about Rome. I'm talking to them about Germany. I'm going to talk about everybody who's been an advocate and proponent for propagating the lie that I am just a nigger and a black man. I'm going to accuse some of the people in that room at that table. That's right. I don't give them a damn if they hadn't ate. I'm going to call hungry out too. Ain't my problem. I tell them, hell, I'm hungry. You ain't been hungry longer than me. Isn't that right? I want to put everybody at the table. Everybody need to be called to blame. I think it's hypocritical to put all this shit on the U.S. when they weren't the first people to start it. I'm going to blame some Spaniards. See, they don't want to do that. They don't want me up there. They're going to go to the White House, set your ass down. That's that man's house. Leave that damn house alone. I hear they got that man yard. I need to get to that table. Y'all hear me? I need to get to the table decision makers. I didn't get to the table. They said, we're all going to sit here and we're going to put this much money in the nation account of whole hill. What y'all doing? Well, who doing that? I ain't doing it. For what? I need to be here. Hell no. This money need to come over to me. Yeah. Me and my people hurt. Yeah. Hell no. I ain't got no money. That's right. All right, Carmen. Say, you the one effed up this damn weather. Don't try to have me sitting here what the hell I'm going to take some money, throw it at the wind? What the wind going to do with it? Right. I'm going to throw no damn money up in the air. That's all I've been doing. Blowing money. Yeah. Yep. I don't throw no more money now. We need to be realistic. Tell all the while. So I know y'all hypocrites ain't going to change, but we here now. It's going to be different. Y'all here? I'm telling y'all the truth. I know for y'all, it's unbelievable. It's unfathomable. And the only reason you can't fathom it because you ain't got the drive to push to do it. I can see it. I can see it. I know for a fact we won't get there without no fight. Yeah. And I'm well able to do that too. Yes, sir. They had two preachers years ago, they were fighting about the baptism in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, or in the name of Jesus. And one preacher told him, said, man, really? He said, like taking a $20 bill and wrapping a $10 bill up. He says, all the same thing. That preacher had enough for it. He's already to fight you natural or spiritual. He look, I ain't finna keep doing all this arguing. He said, natural or spiritual. So tell him, he finna come and do all that talking now. And we can do this however you want to do it now. We can talk it out or we can fight it out. Let them know I ain't coming. I can't help. I want all choices on the table. I'm like Russia. I have not taken nuclear off the table. People don't believe it. I know. There you go. No, let me tell you something, honestly. Your voice doesn't have any force unless it has bullets behind it. That's why you got war. It doesn't work. Tell the police to get rid of this gun and go out there and lock them people up. I'm not going over no police without no gun. It's the fact they got guns. He can call more people with guns. Go ahead and put them cuffs on me, sir. And then I tell like John Lewis, and he busts my hand. Thank you, Mr. Officer, for doing your job. See, all these things you need to know. Y'all young people, don't let nobody buy y'all into that stuff. Run no Washington, D.C. You don't ask them, you tell them what you're going to do. Y'all got it? You don't ask them, you're gonna state your claim. Do y'all feel like y'all have a right to be treated fair? Do y'all feel like y'all have a right to be respected? Do y'all feel like y'all have a right to life? What the hell are you asking for then? I don't get it. I can't imagine me sitting out asking no white man for no damn rights. Not for something this what, can I please breathe? The hell I look like the hell you say? Why would I ask you, can I breathe? That's my right. It don't come from you. You don't regulate my breathing. You don't regulate my going out, my going in, my coming out. That belongs to one being. Right. It ain't your paper thin ass. See, we done gave too much stuff away. I don't have a problem with speed signs. I think there should be a regulation on how fast people should go on the expressway because there's other people involved and you're inhabiting your danger to other people. I don't have a problem with red light. It let people know who to go and who to stop. I think it should be regulated. I got a problem when other people can get shit and I can't get it. Yeah. And I got a fair right to it. I have a problem with that. Right. I'm not trying to get some of these folks all they hear, man, we got to get rid of, shut your mouth. None of the people that tell them shut your mouth. You know, shut your mouth. I'm talking about real common causes need to be addressed. Y'all got that? I'm getting ready to go. Y'all going to sleep on me. And I'm going to talk about that no more. I don't campaign for nothing. That's it. That's why I can't run. You think I know what y'all asked to shoot me in the back? Y'all laugh. They'll shoot me in the back. Then they'll try to play Manchurian candidate. How the hell you know you're a Manchurian candidate? Oh, that's right. Stop it. That's bad. It's the truth, though. Can you imagine living and having a target on your back? All you gotta do is be me. And you still gotta keep going. They won't give me no bulletproof like 49 cents on a penny. They'll let them do all that kind of cute shit. Run around on stage with a bulletproof vest like folk him, then put on a suit and other stuff when you sit in the place with the white folk. You need a vest on when you're in concert with me. If you go sit in them building with them white folks sign contract, your ass got on a t-shirt. You ain't 49 cents a penny, your name Curtis when you sitting there talking to them. Right. Right. You ain't called 50. Yeah, 50. Right. Damn folk can't pronounce 50. Oh man, you know 50 was in. They just make a fool out of it. Every time I see her. Make a damn fool out of you. Isn't that right? Y'all all right? Who that was trying to think about that one? Oh, that time when Lamont went to get married. Who said that episode when Lamont was getting married? His Uncle Albert came, they seen me, told him, said, son, you stand up down? You look like a real dummy, son. Girl got way up there, that girl asked one man, she said, no. He said, yep, you look like a real dummy sitting up there. Y'all like a real dummy sit up in that place and you don't want to do nothing better for yourself now. All right, come on. Goodness. What time is it? 2:41. All Listen, I was looking for stuff who finna fall out up there for a minute. All right, talk with y'all. I got a bunch of things I gotta get done today too. Bunch of stuff to get done. Bunch of stuff. Who are willing? This will do you who will permit. All right, Romans chapter 15, verse 4. For those that are watching it, this is the Beth Mashiach. Beth Mashiach. Ha Beth Mashiach. So this is the program we'll be using for now. We can change at any time, just depending upon what we're reading and how far depth we want to go into something and look at something else. So I will encourage you to stand by. If we change up, we will announce it. You're more than welcome to use the King James Perversion so you can start seeing the difference and inaccuracy that your oppressor gave you. This is the book he gave you when he came here, because he had a goal and an expectation, and as you can see, he has accomplished it, and his expectation was exactly what he expected. The nigger would not break away. He loves his master. All right? All right, this is 15 and 4. Listen.
For whatever Nikatab before.
So whatever was written before.
Nikatab to lamed us.
To teach us, to show us, to instruct us. Mm-hmm.
So that through endurance and through the nakum of the ketubim,
comfort of the writings,
we might have tikva.
I guess it's important for us to kind of really understand the people that we follow, that have information about them and how they operated in the different cultures that they were more or less kind of integrated into or forced into. And it's important for us to look at that and to kind of understand the type of people that we actually are. We can be subservient to a point and to certain things, but there are certain things that we cannot agree with, we can't sign off to, and there are things that we will look more as rebel rousers, troublemakers, but it's only because we've been pushed or we've been tested to a point of our belief, which is Aman is what we call our belief, is who we are. We don't believe it, you know. Even the book said, as a man thinketh, so is he. Okay. Mm-hmm. So what would be the purpose of educating me on being a nigger and teaching me that the word nigger was actually a derogatory word? So I would become less than. What would be the purpose of giving me a different God than what I look like? So what now? That's inferiority. So my thinking would be, the Savior deliverer does not look like me. The Savior deliverer looks like the person that oppresses me. So it kind of more or less, I don't know why I use mitigate. It more or less controls just how much I can hate you or how far I go with you. Because I wouldn't want to be accused of fighting against my Savior. See, everything about yourself, negative and positive, you more or less got it from him. His goal, his whole ideology was never for you to see yourself in a better light. Same way why he conquered the Chinese. That's why the Chinese is such a fight against him in Europe in a lot of senses. Because they always got to look at, these are the people that came in and they damn near destroyed and almost wiped us out. These people came back and repopulated themselves. And they look at everybody they look at that played a part, who co-signed to them. China, they on their war board with them. Everybody. Listen, everybody that follows them, the Chinese have a damn sure good problem with them. They have a major problem. They look at, because you signed off on it. You watched it. You know about it, and you sit down and you make deals with these people. You let these people come and set bases up on your place when these people defeated you. But that's what we are. And we do the same thing now. We let them set base camp up in our house too. We let them come back and educate. There's nobody that would let me open a school after I whoop their ass and put their kids in it and let me teach them. There's nobody I whoop their ass gonna let me open up a store and they're gonna come and buy my food. They're like, man, you whoop my ass. I'm not buying that from you. What does that say about me? That I would do something that no other person with common sense would do. See, there's not a people out here that doesn't have a deity that looks like or favor them, whether right or wrong, because it plays to the psyche. You got it? You're the only people. You're the only people. You know, people call you out when you have your black Jesus. Nobody call out the Spanish when theirs look Spanish. Nobody calls out the Chinese about Buddha. Nobody gets called out about their deities. Only the nigga.
That's right.
Why he gotta be black? Why he gotta be Chinese?
That's right.
Why he gotta be Indian?
That's right.
Why does it have to be any of the other ethnicities? People start to question you, and people have a problem with you, and people take your identity because you're the only people that have facts. Facts don't lie. So we have been in a lot of captivities. This is somewhere, unfortunately, like almost like paranormal, I guess, for us. And shouldn't be normal that we continue to find ourselves in this situation. But we're in this situation simply because of not acknowledging, forgetting, putting these things aside. These are essential. We gave up a lot of things that are essential to us. Our religion is one of the most important parts of us. It was so important that when we was in the gun, boss, you know we didn't have a Macy card or a J.C. Penney. We didn't have a TJ Maxx. We didn't have anything. Because you know what you got to see, the whole man. Why would I cover up truth, Daniel? We covered up because of shame. Because of shame, and that's what everybody done is when they put us in captivity. Your shame. You still have tribes in Africa. You know what they do? They naked. They'll put something on the penal area. You'll see the woman walk around vagina, and you say, who does that? She looking at, why would I cover up the image of what I am? What could I be? You know what clothes allow you to be able to do? It allows you to masquerade. That's true. Now, I mean, people put girdles on his shirt. And that's the problem with it. He's masqueraded us, and we fell for it. We look how nice he look with the suit and the shooting tie on. He's the insurance man. He's the detective. He's one of the acronyms, ATL, FBI, GBI. He's using those suits and those clothes to masquerade to come in and manipulate us. How many times when he came after he saw, he like, what people walks around with no clothes? Or people that are not ashamed. They had no reason to be ashamed. And to you, because you look at, that's your culture. They look at, and guess what they don't have in no culture? You know what they didn't have? Raping. You think they walk around naked and rape is their problem?
No, sir. No, not at all.
Why wouldn't these uncivilized people want to come and say, because I see your ass?
Come on.
You know their teeth lasted longer than people in here?
Yes,
You, let me tell you what they did on them as a practice. Spirit man, y'all don't know. They actually came in and gave them food from him.
Yes.
And you know what happened to all those people? They teeth rot. They watch. Listen, all them teeth decayed and rotted out.
Yep. Yes, sir.
They've already experimented on those people.
Yes, sir.
To see that their food breaks them down. It broke them down. It made them sick. How you think they came to Africa? Why were they in Africa years ago with all these shots?
Right.
Because Africa wasn't sick.
Right.
Africa didn't get sick until it started mixing in with them.
Come on. That's right.
When Africa decided, this is my culture, this is how I live, this is what I eat, my food, my strength, my health comes from my food, then I need to start starvation. You need to start having droughts. I need to start making war. We get along, we trade. I need you and Dave not to get along. I need to tell Dave a lie about you and tell you a lie about Dave, and y'all will keep fighting for hundreds of years. And I'll come back on and I'll try to peacekeep and see what I can do to help y'all out. And try to tell the people, my biggest goal as President of the United States is trying to solve this problem we have with the Negroes and Africans fighting one another, when this is a fight that I myself have created, fabricated off my lie. Anytime we've ever met them, and every time they ever came to us to educate, it only left us dumber and depleted and sicker. Let me ask y'all a question. Why don't we have all these damn trucks over here giving us these shots? Why all need to go to Africa all of a sudden give everybody shots? Why these trucks ain't out here and folk giving us these free shots? We ain't talking about for COVID, just all the other shots they give Africans to save Africans and help Africans. They ain't got no white people that need them shots. That's how he stand dominant over you. Your oppressor educates you. Your oppressor feeds you. Your oppressor medicates you. Your oppressor pays you. Your oppressor gives you your savior. And you're wondering why you're behind. I'm yet to figure that out my damn self. Maybe I'll sleep on it. And maybe God in heaven will give me an answer. It's not hard to see why you're in the situation you're in. It's just a matter of when you're going to stand up and say, I choose not to be a part of it anymore. I got to change it. You know what I'm saying? At some point, we got to make a change. Hello? Yeah, guess that's what I'm talking about then. I guess with that, let me just see something I'm talking. Let's see if that's something came in my mouth. See if that Nakum no Azara. Let me say Azara. They'll call it Ezra. Azara. See, let me get for whatever this kind of my mind. 9. Let me get 9 and 1. Let me see something. I guess before I get that though, since I made a statement about something, let's see where we're going with it. How about that, y'all? Hello? Let's see. Let's see. Listen. That'll be a conclusion. Let's see. Listen.
Now, when these things had been completed, the Sharim came to me, saying, the arm of Yasharal and the Kohanim and the Luim have not separated themselves from the arm of the Arise.
Let me say this. This is your problem. They call them priests, your Kohanim. This is what they'll call their priests. Can we look at what a Kohan is, please, sir? We can look at we'll look at now. The other one should show a boy pumper. A priest is a boy pumper. All they do is get on a little boy's back, and they know it. What's sad about it is the fact that people still send their kid to Catholic school for education. You know how scary that is? That you actually take your kid to a foundation that these people are built upon molesting kids. And then it look like they damn amazed when they find out one of these damn folk done touched the kids. What were you thinking gonna happen?
That's right.
This is a known, listen, this behavior of them in child molestation did not start here.
No.
This is how you had the Protestant church because of their homosexuality. They broke away from them. That's why a lot of your Reformation came in, why people broke away, because of the damn priests sleeping with kids. 94, like everything happened here. I don't go to them Catholic school. I go to church with Father so-and-so. Yeah, you smarter than the rest of them. A Kohan is one officiator. They'll put a priest, an acting priest, although a layman, servant, chief ruler. What is root to? Let's see how root Boston. Same thing. To put on, what's that? Regala? I need to find what regala is, not deck. Who? Is it regala? What's that, regalia? Dave, what you say? You gonna go with him for that?
It should be regalia like the royal thing.
Regalia. Oh, regalia. Okay. Regalia. Rights and powers of a king. Well, royal privilege, from the Latin regalia, royal things. So we're going to look at him. So we're looking at he has the power of decoration or insignia in order. The meaning decoration or insignia of an order is recorded from the 1670s. The sense of the emblems or insignia of royalty, the crown, the scepter, etc. Oh, okay. We'll sit down. Okay. So these people that we have, and what's important when you start to look at this, when you deal with these people, so you can try to see, it will make sense for them to take them from among us, and then they would deal, because we look at them, not only them officiating, because you got to look at the Kohan, also somebody that officiated, that oversaw the offerings that we gave to our Elohim. They also handled the order. The Luim, our doorkeepers and different people, they would be like our security. They also our fighters as well. So look at the people they take. They take the people that educate you, that rule over you. They take the people that are your protectors. And look what these people have not done. They have not separated themselves from the arm of the lands, of the Arats. What do you put for the Aratsos? Aratsos? Yeah, for plural, for lands. So now the problem becomes with us is, let me see something for a second. Let's see if that's the See if that's the 9th chapter of the book of Abarim. Might be the 5th. 5th, 5, probably 5. 5, let me think. 5. Let me see 5 and 3. Abarim, they call it Hebrew. Let me see, that might be what I want. All right, we'll do 5 and 1. It's Abarim. They call it Hebrews Abarim, Abarim. Abarim because it'll be plural with the M behind it. Abarim singular. 5. Let's see 1. I'm about to read down 2 if I what I want. Let's see. That's what I want. 5 and 1. Listen what he said. Listen.
For every Rosh Kahan taken from among the Banim of Anashim.
You say he taken from the people?
Yes, sir.
For what?
He is appointed for his Banim. He is appointed for the Banim of Anashim in the things pertaining to Elohim.
To do what?
To offer both Barak and sacrifices for Kataim.
Let's see what happened. 2.
And he knows how to have Rakam on the ones being ignorant,
and
them going astray.
Since
he himself is also surrounded with weakness.
Okay. You got to look at what he deals with himself in struggles. So there are certain things that he should be aware of. Struggles, hurdles, overcoming things.
That's right.
All that's important.
That's
and
right.
you took him from among the people.
That's right.
He had to come from among the people. This is essential for us. Because he's telling us this person has to be knowledgeable of ignorance.
Right.
He has to be knowledgeable of ignorance, of people being ignorant, because he had to realize himself was ignorant. Think about it. In the 9th chapter of the book of Yahushua, we find a man that was born blind. And Yahushua opened up his eyes. Remember the conversation? Yes, and they asked him who was the man. And he said he didn't know who it was. And one know it was a marvelous thing. He said, all I know, the man opened my eyes. Now, when he came to Yahushua and met him later, and he asked him about who had done, he said he wanted to know who he was. He said, so I could shakar him. Right. He let him know it was the one he sought in. I'm the one you should work, you should know. Right. Same thing we look at with Shamuel. When he fell asleep when he was sleeping in the bed and he heard the voice call, he ran to Ali. Right. And the book told us originally what was the problem. So what that make him? Ignorant. So now when you make him a Rosh Kohan, guess what he's familiar with? I'm familiar with a person doing a work and not having the knowledge of it. Right. I'm familiar with that. They're familiar with people being weak and people falling into certain situations and things happening. He has to be willing about that. Because he said here to both offer gifts, barakas. He said here in the offer, he got to know what to offer for the case of your situation. He has to be knowledgeable on trade. There's always something has to be traded out. We talked about, just like with Yahushua, it was important that the law stayed in effect till he got him. Right. It was important that the law, the Torah, stayed in effect even up until his moot. Right. There could not be a transformation. The book, this is how the people, they write, it can kind of make sense, but it kind of ignorance. The fact they give you the book of Matthew, who they call Matthew, Marcus, Luke, which is Oriah, and these different books, well, Mark, Luke, and John, Yahushua, they call John, and they call these New Testaments. You could say that you're saying because I'm writing, they call it New Testament, but that really is not accurate. It's still Torah. It's still Torah because nothing was implemented to after Yahushua moved. Right. And that was important. There was no way for him to die and to pay for our sin as a son if the New Testament had actually been authenticated. Right. That would just totally destruct everything he told us. We read in the 18th chapter of the book of Yahushua last night. Well, he said every man was going to pay for his own sin. If that's the case, then that makes no sense for him to be on the tooth dying for me. That's right. That's right. He couldn't do that. That's right. That's right. Because if a New Testament had actually been established at the time, then guess what would happen? That means that he couldn't die for me. I had to die for myself. Right. Hold what you got right quick. Say the 9th chapter since I called it. See, a lot of stuff these people do. It looks good on the surface when you run around and you say stuff, but people like me, we know you're ignorant. Just to show you something. See if that 9, I don't know, see about 9 and 19. Listen.
They asked them, saying, is this your being whom you said was born blind? How does he see now?
Keep going. How did he see now?
His parents answered them and said, we know that this is our
But
being.
read that verse again about how did he see now?
They asked them, saying,
What did they ask him?
is this your being,
Is this your son?
whom ye said was born blind?
We're born. Why and why? What's different with him now?
How does he see now?
That's what I'm trying to wonder how you see. Because I called the 9th chapter of the book of Reparations
I thought you
and
called
verse
9.
21. I know. I wonder about my son, how my son was born blind. And then how does he see now?
I didn't hear Albert. I apologize.
That's all right. As long as you can see.
Yes, sir.
9th chapter of the book of Reparations. They call Hebrew. I mean, I'm reading, I said, it's tight. I think Football Brother dropped the cup. I seen it roll over there. This 9:19 Reparations. Listen, 19. Listen.
For after all, every Amar had been spoken by Mushah to all the according to the Torah.
You hear that? So, for after all, every commandment had been spoken by Mushah to all the according to the what now?
Torah.
Torah. What happened?
He took the dam of the calves and the goats with ma'im and scarlet wool and hyssop, and sprinkled upon the scroll itself and upon all the
Y'all see what he did? Now he spoke all these words. Look what he did. He took the dam, the blood. He took hyssop. He took all these things and he sprinkled the people. Let's see what he did.
saying, here is the dam of the berith, which Elohim commanded unto you.
So there had to be blood attached to it. So explain to me how Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, they call it with New Testament when there was no blood sprinkled on it. There was no blood attached to it in their original writings. We didn't get that till after the writings had ended.
Right.
So all speaking up until that point of him moot would be considered Torah still.
That's right. That's right.
If it wasn't, why was we offering a lamb?
Right. Right.
Why we stop offering lambs now? They were only offered by the Torah. He clearly told us this in the 10th chapter. In sacrifice and offering for kataim, thou, neither you had no pleasure. Then he said, lo, I come. In the volume, in the fullness of it, it's written to me to do what? That's all he's been looking for. It was written for me to do your will. So now, if whatever written aforetime, written for your learning. You through patience, which is endurance, and of the kitavim, you might have tikva, you have a court, you have an attachment. And that's what we're looking at now. How important it is for us to know and to understand. And he said, I take away the first. That, and guess what? He couldn't do it while the first one was still standing. That's why he couldn't be implemented yet. The first one was still standing. It wasn't until after his move that you can institute it. When he told us about what he was going to do, that every man was going to die for his own, you couldn't do that then. If he could, it would make no sense that Yahushua died for my sin. I couldn't even say that. Right. Because the first testament was still implemented. Right. See, he covered himself. Hold you got. See the 5th chapter right quick. See that 5 again. 5. See that's 5, 8, 5. See if it's 8 and 5 of the book of Reparations, same book. Y'all just don't know. I want to be right. Let's see if it's 8 and 5. Let's see. Listen.
Who serve a copy and shadow and the things that are in the Shamayim, just as Mushah was warned by Elohim when he was about to erect the Mashkan.
To do what?
For see, he says to you, that you make all things according to his pattern, which was shown you on the heart.
So Elohim showed him a lot more than what we thought he showed him. When he went down, he came down and he worked a lot of signs in front of Pharaoh. Little did we know, he had also showed him how to build a mashkan when he was down. He said, he told him he was about to get ready to build a mashkan. When he was getting ready to build what they would call a tabernacle. He said, see that you do all things after the pattern that I showed you in the mount. Which means, what did he do? Lamedim, which is to show, instruct. That's right. That's what he did. I showed you. I instruct you. See, these folks just thinking, folks just jumping. He had to show it. That man just can't build no mashkan. You got to be shown this. I got to teach you how. You can't just pop up and do something. I showed you how to build it. Do it before you start. Do it the way I showed you. That's something you need to pay attention to. Let's see what they're talking.
But now he has obtained a more excellent shard,
So he tried to show you first how they had things similar. Mushah and Yahushua. You ain't gonna believe what Yahushua was told. He had to do all things just like the Abba had showed it to him. Hello? Let's see what we got. Hold, we got. Say that 15 and 14, I think, Yukanan. Maybe 15, 11, 15, 13, let me see. Yeah, Ukanan, they call John. Yahuwah, when we'll come back and try to clean some of this up. Yahuwah, Yahuwah. Shouldn't be. Let's see. Stop it. Come in. 14. What I said? Okay. Listen. Let's say that's 5:14. Listen. I mean 15:14. Listen.
As for you, if you do what I amar you,
What happened?
you are my Re'ah.
What happened? Hold on. You see that? Comparing you my Re'ah. Let's see what they told him.
I shall no
Use a
longer
different name.
call you
Hold on.
Abadin,
That's why he said, I shall no longer call you Abadin servants. Why?
for the Abad does not know what his Adon shall do.
Listen what he do.
But I said, you are my
I
Re'ah,
don't know why. Tell
because
me.
I have made known to you
Why?
all that I have shama from my Abba.
All I was taught of the Father. I showed you everything he told me. That's what he was instructed, to do all things that I taught you in the mount. Yahushua was on high too. And he showed him how to teach us. Showed him every sign. Similar to Pharaoh. He showed Pharaoh every sign. Moshe showed him every sign. Every ox. And that's what he told you about you. He said, you my Re'ah. He said, I won't call you Abadim anymore. He said, because I done showed you everything that he showed me. Shaul declared it. He said, I kept back nothing that was profitable to you.
That's right.
Yahushua had told him too. In the 9th chapter, in the 15th verse, and go down, he told Ananias to go and sin. He told him, he said, because I done showed him what great things he must suffer for my Shem's sake. That's right. And he going to do it before Malachim. That's right. And before all the Benim of Yasharal. Shaul was set to work those signs that he was shown. Y'all remember he was thrown from a beast. That's right. And he wanted to know, he asked him, what do you want me to do? He said, you going on down the straight street. Yeah. He said, I'm going to tell you what you ought to do. Yes, sir. I'm going to let you know what you need to do. He taught him. See, all these were things for us that's most important because we can reference behavior. See, with us, we've just taken a lot of people, just a lot of saying. We were able to reference behaviors and see patterns. Show it to us exactly like he showed it. He gave it to me. I can't show y'all the way he showed it to me. First sign right there. Why did he just say he was going to tell them everything he heard? Because that's what he was taught. Same thing with Mushah when he built it. You can't do it no other way than what you were taught. He said, I showed it to you. That's not important to us, though, is it? Don't worry about it. Come on back right quick to the 8th chapter right quick. I need to put something behind my name, another title. Niggas respect me then. I'm looking Paul. Reverend Dr. Tony. From Athata of the Temple. Oh, man, at Athata of the Temple, that thing's serious. We don't know what the hell it is, but as long as folks bow down on their head, give me one of them big old damn candy cane from go to Home Depot, go to that wood set, get one of them. I want my cane up this high. I'm tired of holding my cane up here like that. Now, for some reason, this nigga fall for them big old damn wooden stick. I don't know what's wrong with people. Just stop it. Hey, listen.
But now he has obtained a more excellent shard,
As?
much as it is a better berit, that he is the mediator of it,
What happened?
which was established upon better shaba and benefits.
Now, let's do that. Now, this now, but now he has obtained a more excellent Sharet ministry, as much as it is a better Berith covenant, that he is the mediator of it, which was established upon better promises and benefits, which is Barakas, bestow a benefit on them. Now, let's see something again in verse 5. Was it 5 we were looking at? Who served as a
Copy.
Timothy, our copy some is similar to what the first one was. So we said that who served as a copy. And shadow, a shadow reflects from an image. All these things we know. If you copy something, it's to be exact. If it's shadow, it stems from some original, or stems from the original what it is, right? And the things that are in the Shamayim's, just as, so if you don't understand copies and shadows stemming from images, he said, well, let's deal with it just as Mushah was warned by Elohim, who when he was about to erect the Mashkan, for see, he says, to you, that you make all things according to his pattern, which was shown you on the mount, on the Har. Let's see what happened. But now he has obtained a more excellent Sharet, as much as it is a better Berith, that he is the mediator of it, which was established upon better promises and benefit. Although they shadow, although they copy, he said this right here is a better one. How many of y'all done copied something before? How many of y'all made copies of things, or made multiple copies? How many of y'all made it and you look and you say, you know what, this is a better copy, and got rid of other ones? Yeah. Amazing, that's what he looked at. He said this one here is better. He said this one copied better than the other one. This is actually better. So he gave us things that we understood. And now he just talked about now, amazing, we got machines. Sometimes some copies come out, they're just not good copies. It's a copy, but it's just not a better one. He said they come down to Mushah, he said that wasn't a better one. This one right here, the original, is better. Sometimes you copy, say just keep the original. How many of y'all say had copy, you just look at, just keep the original? That's what he looked at. This one is better. This one is actually better right here, okay? So that's what we're looking at. And it's established upon better promises and benefits. So let's see what happened. Now, what's important for us, let's look at this, just at this. This right here. Now, he's comparing Mushah to him. What do we know about Mushah covenant that we just learned? Shadow. What did we learn about it? So what happened? I heard it. What you say? I heard you. That's how it. So we talked about copies and shadows. Shadows stem from originals. Copies are usually coming off of either another copy or off original. So how was Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John New Testament earlier writings when there had been no blood? Because you're saying that he has one better, and if they similar, then somewhere Dom has to play a part. That's how he can justify himself in putting the sins of the fathers on the children, then coming back and saying, now everybody stand for yourself. Now you got to stand for yourself. I took the first hit for you. Now the next one yours. Y'all got it. The covenant itself will still be just, because everything got to be Sadak. See, I did it by using the Torah. The Torah justified me being able to put it on him. In the Torah, I also taught you about a better way. Let's see what he told him. Let's see what he did. See how that worked. 7. Oh, that's 7. Let's see what 7 told him.
For if that first Berith had been faultless,
then what happened?
There should no Malcolm have sought for the second.
Why you think I sat around and I talked about, you know what? Why y'all keep saying that the father eats sour grape and the children's teeth put on edge? That's a defect. I found a fault. I find that there's a reason for me to come in and I need to readjust some things. Now the fault that he found was a lot of it was with the people. The Torah always been righteous. It's already been Sadiq and Sat. But he started seeing where there was a fault with the people. And he said, that's why I had to come in, I had to establish something different. So it's one of the things where we learn to take the law to be a schoolmaster, but you understand that the law has some things that put a person where you couldn't be made perfect with it. When you look at people like Abraham, you look at them, they were perfect in their dispensation. A lot of people were perfect in their dispensation. Noah was drunk. And he was perfect, wasn't he? Why was he perfect? Say what now? A lot of people would have been, if they wouldn't have had what I got. If they ain't had what I got, a whole lot of people can be perfect. Give them what I got and see how you manage out. Wow, that's serious. You had what I had and you put it on Luke. Luke would have still been a perfect man and he had 2 kids by his daughters. I'm not criticizing, I'm just trying to get you to understand the dynamics of. It's important, it was needful for Yahushua to come along and establish us upon better promises. To set us on a better dynamic. Listen, I got to be this, don't come up guilty of the Torah. And I still got to walk in newness of life. And I still got to walk in newness of life. I still got to respect. Now, I can't do, oh, the Torah gone, get it out of him. I can't do that. I still got to keep and walk in newness of life. And I got to have an understanding of both dispensations. Hello? I'm just being honest. There's a pressing way. I tell it, hey, my new saying, I told, hey, listen, stay wrinkled. Because you got to press. Ain't that true? Y'all hear me? Stay wrinkled. This is a pressing way. Listen, for if the first berit had been faultless, there should no place have been sought for the second one. Let's see, was it the Torah or was it each? Let's see.
For he says, in finding fault with them here, behold, the Amim come, says Yahuwah, when I shall conclude with the bet of Yasharal and with the bet of Yehuda, a new berit.
Okay, let's see what happened.
Not according to the berit which I made with their abud on the Yom when I took them by the hands to lead them out of the Arats of Mizraim, because they broke my berit, and I neglected them, says Yahuwah.
So I wasn't there on my Torah, it was with them. And because they wound up breaking my Torah, they wound up making me let the fault fall down on the Benin, on the children. He said, that's why I found the fault. I found the fault with the Torah for the fact that if you suffer for something, I had to look at it and say, you know, wasn't that he done, but that's the Torah. Had your father's father had not done it, my Torah when it came back to recompense you. I just use it for example. So I found a fault. And it ain't with my Torah. I found a fault with the fathers. He said, so you know what I got to do? This thing I had with Yasharal and Yehuda, I'm going to have to wrap this thing up. I got to conclude it. See, I can't end this until I conclude what I said I was going to do. See, a lot of people don't realize when Musa talked to Yahuwah, when he came down from the Har, and he saw that the people had transgressed. Before he came down, he talked with him. Yahuwah told him, well, he told Yahuwah, he said, you can do it. You can destroy me with one people. He said, but then they're going to hear about you. He told him what they're going to do. They're going to hear about him. He told him. They're going to come and going to look real bad on you, too. They're going to say you're not able to deliver. So you know what he did? He came down and he let some of them die that day. It was needful. Somebody had to die behind that. It was needful. Listen, somebody had to pay for that. Man, that was a great, listen, Musa told him for, he said, man, y'all, listen. He said, man, that was a great kata what y'all did. He said, pre-adventure, I'll go up and I'll make atonement for you. He couldn't went up there without no dung. Right. But they don't put that in the book. But see, you got to be a law-keeping thinker. You couldn't went up, not when we had made a kataim, you couldn't went up without no dung. They don't know why Yahushua had to go up the way he did. Only way he went out there, pre-adventure, I make atonement with you. Let's say he go ahead and he forgive y'all for what you done. Because he looked at y'all committed a great kataim. But I'm going to go up, I'm going to make atonement for it. He couldn't do it. See, it was just citing word. Your book don't tell you he took no dumb up do it. You see how knowledgeable you got to be? Yes, sir. How do you make atonement and you didn't take no dumb? That was on a couple ways we're going to do it. We fasted. There was a monetary value. What, he went up and paid you? He had to take dumb up. Yes, ain't that right? I'm trying to make amends for you. And all these things were important for us to recognize how our Torah works. Okay? Let's see, where we at? So they broke it, and I neglected them. See what he did? You know a word need to be in him. What it need to be? A word need to be right here. What it is? Okay, right between these two words. What word need to be right here? What you tell me, Lancaster, again? What was it? So you said it again twice, and you knew it was the wrong answer. There you go. Child. It was child neglect. How many of y'all familiar with child neglect? Child neglect. Child neglect is when you, say if you weren't eating like you're supposed to eat. That's child neglect. Say there were some things you're supposed to have, clothes and stuff like that, and you weren't getting them. That's child neglect. I starved you out. You went naked. This was nothing more than child neglect. Yahushua was his been. I neglected you. I wanted everybody to see it, and they look at you and know what they're saying. This is nothing more than child neglect. And because you broke my berit, and you didn't continue in my dabarim, in my word, and I just went here and I just let child neglect happen to you. See, I'm trying to get us back to recognizing where our faults happen. Our faults happen from our fault. But see, he's looking at all these things happen because of them. Child neglect. The children suffer because of the fathers. See, I'm finding that this is a fault. Everybody can agree it's terrible when you see kids being neglected. Now, can't y'all, ain't it bad when you see kids getting beat? You said, when you start beating kids, that's the lowest. You know, you look at, I'm beating kids. The people I'm starving out kids, Lee. The people that I'm letting go naked are kids. I see a fault. It's not with my Torah. It's in them. So let's see what he's going to do.
For this is the berit that I shall make with the Beth of Yasharal
That I'm going to neglect them?
after those Yamin.
Says what?
Yahuwah.
What happened?
I shall put my Torah among them.
I thought he was going to get rid of it. Remember, the law was the fault. He found fault with the law.
With them.
I found fault with you. And how you kept it. You kept it him. I need you to put it him.
Yeah.
It's all about where you put things. I need you to attach yourself to this. Listen.
I shall put my Torah among them.
And
I shall katab them on their law.
what he wrote them the first time? Tablets, stone. See? Why, if the law the problem, what you keep giving it back to me for? It's where you kept it. It's all about where you keep it. There be people somewhere, you know what? I mean, the kid, you losing money, and you find out a lot of times why you lost, where you kept it at. You know, short pockets, some had no been playing, now you lost it. It's where you keep it. Where you keep it. Get a pocket with a hole in it. What do you tell? Don't put no money in that pocket. Don't put it, you get the finger, you can go through that little hole in your pocket, man. Don't put no money in that pocket. See, it's all about where you keep it. Don't put the law, don't put his Torah nowhere where you got a hole at. Not unless you're trying to plug it. You're going to mess around, you're going to lose it. That's why he said, I'm going to go back. I ain't going to write on stone. I'm going to put it in their hearts. They knew when they came down, they knew Yahuwah had wrote it. It was quoted, it was wrote with the finger of Elohim. He said, I'm going to put it among them, and I shall write them on their laws. What happened?
And I shall be to them as Elohim.
And
They shall be to me as a
that's what's going to happen. What's going to happen?
And they shall teach Lamed no more every one his fellow citizen, and every one his saying, Know Yahuwah.
Tell them why.
For all shall know me,
From who?
the least to the greatest
See,
of them.
The problem we got with this, lead with, and they shall teach no more everyone his fellow citizen, because the Kohan lips should keep knowledge, and the people should hear the Torah at his lips. So he has a problem when you got people teaching people. Here's just another thing I find to be a problem. I got people trying to teach people. See, this dipper said we won't have that. He going back over all the error. These are all my particulars. He said, I see where my problem at, where they put them at. He said, I got to get this in their minds. It needs to be right there among them. I'm going to establish it right here among them. It's going to be their dwelling place. He said, everything he's looking at, these are all my problems. And it's not with my Torah. I said, I'm so glad the law gone. I'd have never made it one for the law. He said, no, that's it. I found the fault. The fault's in you. And because you, a lot of people getting destroyed and taken down. So I got to make a new, but what I need to do before I can do that, I need to conclude what I got with Yasharal and with the best of Yasharal. Be like your parent. Can I get a piece of cake? Finish your dinner. Finish your dinner. Someone, can I get something to drink? Get through eating first. Because I know you, as soon as you drink, you'll mess around and leave that food. Finish eating first. So he looked at, that's what the folk been waiting on it. First of all, he like, I got to conclude what I was doing. See, he had to get them, the thing was, he was mindset bent on, I need to go ahead and destroy their people now and go ahead and start this new thing. But he looked at something. I need to conclude what I'm doing. Go ahead and take them on. But in the Yom, I will visit them. I'm going to come back and march part them, though. I'm going to conclude my business with them. That's how he works. See, he's all about finishing things up. Y'all got it? Just like with Yahushua up there. He had to stay there until the business was concluded. That's why he could tell you, it finished. And that's the same thing with Yahushua. That's what we looked at when the Father starts something. Abba, he told that his word had gone out and it come back early. Not until it complete what it's supposed to do. So that's why he have a problem. And we still have that Christian antics about us. That's why a lot of things have to be corrected. Like when we went into Babylon and Hananiah. No doubt somebody's favorite prophet. And Hananiah came and took the yoke off of Jeremiah's neck and let him know, thus said Yahuwah. Said we're going back home in 3 full years. Took the yoke of wood and took it and broke it. Thus said Yahuwah. Said we're going back in 3 full years. And when Jeremiah heard it, he said, amen. He said, Yahuwah do it. He said, but the Nabin that been before me and the one before you, they ain't never nobbled nothing toward us. They always nobbled to us was concerning Rosha and destruction. When anything to was coming, he said we had to wait on that thing. You know when he looked at when we get that be at the conclusion. He said Russia come on us sick, quick-handed. He said they come out something too. We got to wait on that thing. Isn't that right? And Yahuwah came right back and let Jeremiah let him know. Tell Hananiah. Said he broke a yoke of wood, so I'm putting iron on your neck. So this won't be broken. 70 years of what y'all are doing in Babylon. Because you know he looked at, I got to conclude their business with Yasharal and Yehuda. See, if he start breaking and changing dates and time, then I don't know what he's doing. And it's going to be hard to be a proponent and stand on what he said. But when I know that he's a definite about if I say something, that's what I'm intending to do at the appointed time. Hello? That's what he told him. He told him to write the Kazun and make it plain upon the table. He said for the Kazun, when was it? After I conclude what I'm going to do, it's coming. That's how we learn how to wait. People just, wait on when you wait. Just wait. No. He got appointments. He set appointments for everything. Y'all know that? And that's how we trying to look to learn. These people just, because they got us away from look. I don't know the last time I looked up the city yard. Anybody else like me? Most of the time I'm anybody in or doing something, it don't even strike us. But before, our people were people where we would have been a constant watcher of the yard. From it going out and coming in. And that's the same thing we do when Yahushua would come back. What we supposed to do? Why? Your redemption. And we learned that from looking out because we know change was coming. That's why you were looking out, because we knew it was coming. We seen it when it faded away, then we know it's gone. It's a new one. Now what we looking at? We waiting to come back to its full strength again. Then we see it dissipated going out. All these things were important for us because we start looking at our lives according to that. You dress your homes according to that. When it talks about the woman Kail, a virtuous woman, he talk about she's not afraid of the snow. Why? No. She talk about how she clothed the house and different things she put up for her house. And all these things were important. And she would only be able to do that because she would know times and make sense when Shaul say, or you'll say, I can't, other times he said, you have no need, I'll write on you. And the reason why you will have no need to write, because if you keep with the yard, you can see things changing. Right. So how of a sudden he looking at, why somebody got to tell you the end is coming? Right. Can't you see the signs? The art, but see, he took that away from your ability to be able to read the constellations. I ain't talking about what they gave out no damn big dipper. What you dipping it in? I don't play that stuff. I don't know. Hell, I already go look at a snuff bucket. That's right. Wasting my time with that stuff. I don't be doing pick out no damn cow out pick out this Greek stuff. I don't have time picking no Greek stuff. Right. I don't have time. The Greeks play around and give you all this stuff. I don't have time playing with no Greek mythology. I'm staying with the man gave me. Y'all got me. I told you about all these stargazers. I don't be gazing on stars. How to keep it moving. Yeah. He told me about it. I don't worship no Yahweh either. That's right. He said when he talked to me, he said, I didn't show you that stuff. You know, he showed him too. He showed him to Abraham and told him to count it. He said the day when I spoke to you, he said, I didn't show you none of that stuff. Told him when Yahuwah was talking, man, them stars were glittering. He said, you are a liar. You are a liar and a link in your asshole stank. Yeah. No good way. He said, I ain't show you nothing. I ain't show you nothing in the yarn. I showed you nothing. He said, only you heard a call. Yes, that's the only thing you did. You heard a sound. He said, unless you had corrupted yourself. And you had gone out and started to worship the Yahweh, the moon, the Kukabim, the stars, or the Shamash, the sun. He said, you'd have corrupted yourself. Ass sit on top of no mountain, you waiting on it to come on. You set your ass down here, you can't see it. That's right. That's right. And they should teach no more everyone his fellow citizen and everyone his ark, saying, know Yahuwah, for all shall know me from the least to the of them. What happened? Let's see what happened. For I shall do what?
Be recome to their Rosha and to their Kataim, and to their iniquities shall I zakar no more.
So let me ask you a question. Was I waiting on the Torah to still stay in session in first Berea, or was I looking for the second? Why was I looking for the second one? Better promise her. The first one talking about him forgiving my Kataim, not to this magnet. The first one he didn't talk about writing on my law. The first one was on stone. So this everything was desirable for me to want, to have an anticipation for. See, the problem we got today, people don't have the anticipation for it coming because there are too many things we're not knowledgeable of. So it doesn't make you desire this new Berith. This new Berith was the tour of him, but I'm going to give you something to sustain you. Y'all got it? That's all we want to do, just be sustained until he get back here. Y'all got it? And he knew this time, I got to put it somewhere where you put all the other things. When he talked about a man, it ain't what going the man that defiled. What was it again? What come out of it? Now, let me ask y'all a question. Where do things come out of you at? Out of the hind. Typically out of the hind, out of the front, from the urinary area. You got the two tracks, typically something coming. It come out the top end, that means something's wrong. Am I correct? We all agree it's not healthy. So let's look at this. Adultery. That come out from the drought. Fornication. Drunkenness. And these things defile a man. And we agreed now when things come up out of him, something's wrong. It's natural for it to come out through the track to do it. But when the track starts to put it up from the top, that means something's wrong here. And you know, he realized, you guys are doing things, something's wrong. Something's wrong. So we can see where he can't get a shalom because he's trying to heal our tracks. Y'all got it? You just trying to cover them up. Maybe it's not important to y'all. See, we're trying to find out where are the chinks at in our armor. We have a lot of chinks when it comes down to our religious teaching because just a lot of things just haven't been practical. They hadn't told it to us practical. It's been so deep and so far there. We just been riding the wave. We don't know where it's going. We just riding the wave versus sitting down looking at, wow. When you look at you a person that's a benefactor of the repercussions of the acts of the Father, the bad acts of the Father, you definitely somebody want this law thing to hurry up and get concluded, their first bereft. Yeah. I need that to hurry up and get over with. That's right. Yes, sir. I definitely, see, it made you have anticipation. See, a lot of people don't know why they should have an anticipation. He said, because the day is coming. The day is going to come. He said, well, I'm going to make a new one. He was like, wow, this is one for me. I'm going to make a new one. See, the problem was with the first one. The first problem was, who remember one of the problem with the first one? Good one. How many? All right, before you answer. I got Papa Son and Chris of Chris. He's the Chris of Chris's. So now we're going to get Chris of Chris. Chris, do me a favor. I need to be honest. I want you to close your eyes. All right, close your eyes. All right, look. Hands for wrong. No. All right, Chris, you can't look. Don't cheat. All right, Chris, don't look, all right? Scouts honor, whatever that means. Hands for wrong. Down. 2 people, huh? Hands for right. All right, let's see. Put them down. All right, let's see. All right. This y'all out there. Let me see something. Y'all had your hand up. All right, let me see. Wrong. Right. Hold on. Is some of y'all the same people? All right, let's go, Chris. Say what's it. That's right. I forgot the question. He said, what was the question?
What was the fault with the first one?
The first one was remembrance. No, the first one was they weren't all there. The first one, they weren't all there. Focus, y'all ran too fast. That's all. He all right. You ran too fast. Okay, the first thing about it, if y'all need to remember, when he told him he made this berith, he made it with them. He said, not with your benin, because they had not known, nor had they seen. Y'all remember now?
Yes, sir.
Mushak told him, I make this berith with you, which are here this day, and not with your children, that have not seen and did not know. That made no sense to make a berith with people concerning Mizraim when you weren't there. That's like, listen, to show you how unpractical it is, and now they shoot you in your foot. How about this reparation thing you're trying to get? What are white people's argument? Wow. Wow. And Yahuwah looked at, why am I making a berith with you about Mizraim when you weren't there? You didn't see it. You didn't even know about it. Why am I making a berith? So that left you out. So again, this is a part of the first berith. So everybody who wasn't in Mizraim, who did not see what happened in Mizraim, could not be a part of that berith. So in the 29th chapter of the book of Allah HaDabarim, Mushak came back and said, I make this berith with you this day. Right. Not only with you who are alive, right, but with those that are not here. Right. And why would he tell you that? Because he was showing you there was a fault in the first one. Did he change the berith? No. I just made more people inclusive. Right. That's all. But that was a fault. That was a fault. You keep him Passat. What if so when we was in Mizraim, see, we can't. I couldn't see it simply because what would be the problem when I wasn't seeing it? I wasn't there. What's the next one? Wasn't born. Give me another one. What is it? What happened? Didn't see how to play it. What you say? Didn't apply to. What's the next one I got? The problem we have, gentlemen, is the fact that you were told that you weren't going back. So it wasn't something I could retrace steps and go back and see and look. You were not supposed to return back to Mizraim. That's our Torah. You were not supposed to go back. So I couldn't go back there and retrace and look and try to, get me something I could hold to. So see, that's where I grew up. Like your parents take you to the country to show where they grew up, so you can kind of imagine things. When I was a little boy, a little girl, this is where we lived. We used to be here. We used to see now them houses. Oh, you can imagine your mind. Wow, all that was open. So now you can't go back to Mizraim and see it. That's your Torah. You were told not to go back to Mizraim. He had an issue with him and told him Yirmiyahu what he was going to do to those people. When he showed him the figs. He said, what do you see? He said, 2 baskets of figs. He said, what? He said, one of them are 2. He said, the other one is so rotten. He said, you can't even eat them. He said, the ones that's 2 are the ones of Yahshua, of the Yehuda, that did what I told them and went into captivity into Babylon. The ones that can't be eaten, these are the ones that went back to Mizraim, that did not do what I told them. And they're not getting in. Because see, it wouldn't make sense for you to go back. He told you when I brought you out to show you just how he was a keeper of his word was, you won't see this no more after the day. Yeah. Our people need to get out of, this is what we look at. God save me and just keep me right here and hold me right here. No, when I break you out of something, I literally take you away from you and sit. The only way you'll see it again, you will physically carry yourself back into it. It will not be because I put you in it. These will be because of your action. I told you won't see it anymore. I admit that. I'd have never sent you back there. But you put yourselves there. He told a lot of things you did to your own hurt. What I purpose for you, what I plan for you, was for you not to be there. That's why I know liberation for these people, I can see this. I don't know why other people, I'm telling you, this is not hard for me. That's right. I'm willing to go to whatever end it has to go to. Yes, all I need my people to do is sit down and say, let's come with a consensus of what we're willing to do. That's his intent. See, Tony Smith wrong for trying to bring these people out. That's my problem, because I should just be focused on Yahushua and Yehuda. But the problem I got is all the people who came out of Mizraim weren't Yahushua. Mizraim had Ethiopians. Mizraim had Sudan. Everybody was there. All these people were, listen, we only went here because there was a famine. This is the problem you got. This is the problem you got. Okay, this is the problem. Your book is about who? Us. So I don't have to detail about nobody else. I'm on no more than American history gonna have nothing to do with us. It's about who? Why ain't it in the book? What's that day? Just blowed our mind. So my book is not going to detail everybody, because simply that has nothing to do with our story. But make no mistake, you think we're the only, if that's the case, shouldn't nobody been living but Mizraimites and us. Everybody else should have died from starvation. Other people came to Mizraim and stayed. When we came out, he told you clearly we were a mixed multitude. We were mixed. Our Lord told us, though, we ain't supposed to mix with nobody. You weren't supposed to mix with somebody that was of another religion. If you came out with us, you only came out because you obeyed the same statutes we did while you were in there. Which was on the 14th day evening, you were supposed to kill a lamb or a goat, and you were supposed to put the dung over the doorpost. And you were supposed to eat it with bitter herbs, with your sandals on your feet, with your staff in your hand. And if you did this, you were Yahushua. You were Yahushua. That's how we do business. He said, and for people that had a problem with it, all he want to know was, what was the problem? Well, they not one of us. You killed a lamb? Yeah, I killed a lamb. He did too. You put the dung upon the door? Yeah, I put upon the door. He did too. Did you eat with your staff in your hand and with your sandal? Yeah, he did too. What's the problem? Because see, he looking at, I couldn't see a difference between y'all. See, when a man will keep all my Torah and all my statutes, he said, I see that man the same way I see you. Yeah. See, he tried to tell, that's what he tried to get you to learn when he sent Shemuel to try to Mashiach, one of the bins of Daniel. Yashi, they called Jesse. He looked around, he said, I don't see like you see. You looking on the outward appearance. He said, I was looking at the law. Why you think where he was going to write the Torah at? Where I see that day. See, when I see you, I'll be looking at you all the time, because I'm always looking at my Torah. See, that puts you in a better position. Hello? If you keep it here and you there, I'm looking here, dang. I ain't paying attention, you don't fell off no street or whatever happened to you, because I'm only looking at my Torah. But if I put my Torah right here, I'm always watching you. Listen, my own always upon you. See, these folks just think here, but no, if you keep it in here, I'm always keeping my eyes on my Torah. Because that's my word. So that's why I need you to put it here. Dawood understood it, because where he wanted to hide it at? In my inward part. That's why I know he'll be watching me. Because he'll be watching me, because guess what? I ain't going to break it, and I definitely ain't going to commit no kata against it. See, they try to make things so super gigantic and blow it up to where it's hard for you to understand how. I'm putting it somewhere. You want me to see you. You want me to watch over you. Well, put my word where I can see it, where I can acknowledge it. And they made it more complicated than what it was. Okay? And then we get to the point, and their kataim, sins, and their iniquity. I don't know, they put for my all. We put, shall I zakar.
No more.
Don't forget, remember for us is zakar, which means to mark as to remember. So that's why it makes sense for you to look at, pay attention, see what they miss. You got to listen to the connotations and different things, the statement you were told. He told you that he was going to blot out. You know what you blot out? Something you wrote. I marked it to remember it. So because I done established this new berith with you, now I'm going to blot it out. See, in the 2nd chapter book of Colossians, that's why they're not thinkers when they read. He told you that Yahushua did something to you. Told you he blotted out. What was it he blotted out? The handwriting. Because guess what I was doing? I was marking it to remember. Like sometimes you say, hold on for a minute. What's your phone number? I'm trying to write down something, forget it. Whenever I open this back up, I said, what is Cam number? What is the number? I go back in my book, right here. I wrote it down and marked it so I could remember it. That's what he's been doing in your kataim. And because it was always written, it was always against you. But now since Yahushua came on the scene, and I set up how to use the Torah, that I could come back and regain the people that were cast away. Y'all got it? I also set up a way to where I could come back, I could still justify these people, and they still be right, and my Torah still be intact. That's all I do. Like they said, pass the buck. That's all they did, pass the buck. And the Torah was still right. Isn't that right? He came and passed it off, gave it to him, then came back and told me to stand for myself. And the Torah was still right. Still right. That's why I harp it. Because it's still right. See, everybody been looking at him to just get rid of everything and make it easy, make a better way. No, he came and looked at what I needed. You need to be taught. He looked at your teachers were a big problem. Why he came along, he named all the problems we had. One was the fathers, people suffering because of the things of the fathers, and they broke things, they fell back, some finding fault with them. I'm also starting to look at people who've been teaching you. Who your teacher? Hello? That's what he looked at, look at their teachers. So I got to come back and I got to bring their teacher, I got to put them in front of them. He talked about before, though he gave you the bread of affliction and the water of adversity, yet shall not your teacher be removed. What was it? From a corner anymore. He said, our words should hear, our ears should hear a word behind me, saying this is the way, and that's how you're going to walk in it. And he told you, and your eyes are going to see your teacher. You need to be instructed, you need to see who's learning you. Because that's appearance, and you're getting your knowledge. See, these people moved a lot of our leaders out of our faith, people that were actually would teach us, to incite us, to motivate us too. They got them people out the way. That's it. That's why they work to keep people alive. They don't want nobody to sit around and get conscious. People want to run. You want to learn how to roll on the floor and tear up your dress. You need to learn how to let people put ammonia under your nose. You ain't getting no smarter, you're just dumber. Be hurting his soul, got to rub big out and toe your damn back up. Head, butt, got to get stitches. But as long as it's for the Lord. Why would Yahushua want to beat me all up and throw me in the pew? When Yahushua found a man gashing himself, tearing up his damn clothes, he got the man clothed in the right mind. And then you to come, man, Jay got clothes sitting around, your ass running out throwing how the Holy Ghost. He said, see, that nigga that's still sick. He that told that man, said, see that nigga, I can't help everybody. Because they just make up their own stuff. There ain't no spirit here you doing this. Don't know the folk getting it from. Hell, one man he got up, the man went leaping, hopping, praising Elohim. And that because he had been crippled. He was up, jumping, signifying, showing. He just hear me. Look at how high I can go. That's why I'm getting to praise, because he got me up. I was crippled. I didn't nobody just run around, jumping around, doing no stuff like that. It's crazy. Showing it's evident this man been healed. Boy, people just run around jumping. We don't know where you get this stuff from. No way. All these folks seen Yahushua. Why none of them folk didn't fall out? Why he ain't command the apostle, the Charlotte King, go put some ammonia under their nose, the spirit in this place. Folks just do stuff, it makes no sense. Everything that man is giving us, it has some practicality to it. Y'all got it? There are ruach connotation, spiritual connotation, but it's where it's sensible. It's got to be logical. It's got to be practical in order for you to do it. Stop letting people tell you stuff. It's not practical. Okay? I finished. I'm going to get y'all out of here. At that 9:19, finish that up right quick, Operating. Because we didn't get to finish ours, but maybe he'll let me finish another time. I don't know who y'all are. We can go now. 9:19. Listen.
For after all, every commandment had been spoken by Moshe to all the according to the Torah.
Yeah.
He took the dung of the calves and the goats
That's
with
why he did
ma'im
it.
and scarlet wool and hyssop, and sprinkled upon the scroll itself and upon all the saying, Here is the dung of the berith, which Elohim commanded unto you.
Let's stop for a second. Y'all see what he did? See, so many things that you have to look at so you see practical. Because you won't find where Yahushua came back and he took and he sprinkled blood on them. That's what people are going to come short right here. So they're going to look at that. Now, this is what Musha did. So now we start looking at literal. Then we look at how he set a situation up to justify that it covers, okay? Let me 19. For after all, every Amar commandment had been spoken by Musha to all the according to what?
Torah.
So what did he say outside the Torah? Now, this is important because you'll learn with Yahushua that without a Marshali, what did he do?
Not unto him.
But when he was alone with his Talmudim,
Explain
all things expound. So Musha wasn't talking unless we're going to talk about the Torah. You said, hey man, let's talk about it. You want to talk about the Torah? Because whatever he was talking to people about, it was about the Torah.
Come on.
And they knew that. He took the dam of calves and goats, and that's according to your law, to take it. He didn't take what he wanted and pick. The law only gave him specified animals he could use. You can use the calf, you can use the lamb, and you can use the goat. You can't go pick what you want. I found some pot-bellied pigs on sale. You can't do what you want.
That's right.
Because that's not the conversation. And then that's going to be outside. See, the reason why I'm trying to get y'all to do this, I want you to see where we come short at. Because you're doing things and your Torah doesn't cover it. So when Musha did it, he could show and justify that this is the law. That's how we're going to be vindicated by the law. We're going to be condemned by the law. So he made sure when I talked to them, I'm telling you what the law says. It stipulates this is what I can use with my aim. That's why it made sense when they pierced Yahushua in the side. What came out? Wow. Wow. Because the law, he had to make sure the law is still being implemented. There had been nothing established until after his moot. And wow, because they covered him in scarlet. And you ain't going to imagine what type of material had it been. It had to be wool. Because they told they took a scarlet robe and put it on him. So telling us, now this is the Torah. What material would have been used? It's got to be because that's the Torah. Now he's justified by the law. He took of what? And goats. So he's letting you know in conjunction what he took. This is important for us. You were to take 2 goats. One you were supposed to slay, the other one you were supposed to let go, but you were supposed to do what to that one you're going to let go? Put your hands on them and do what? And you were going to confess and put everything on the one. That's where the terminology scapegoat came from. Yahushua worked in 2 dynamics. He worked as the one we saved, and he also, the one that you were going to let go, was going to go to a place that was uninhabited. Where did Yahushua go when he died? To the grave. And the book clearly told you that Yosef put him there in a tomb where never a man laid, justifying that the Torah was still implemented. And hyssop. And when the man when Yahushua up on the tomb, he took a rod with what? Hyssop, and gave him to what? Meaning the Torah was still in effect, justifying. Listen, and sprinkle upon the scroll, the books, itself, and upon all the, it was covered with him being sprinkled because he pierced him in the side. Guess what the dome got at? Now we got a problem with the people. We can cover that. 27:22, Matthew. All right, 21, Matthew 27:21. This is the gifts. And that's why we read the book, because guess what you finna get? You finna get a gift. This is called a benefit. Let's see. Listen.
The governor answered and said to them, which of the two do you want me that I release to you? And they said, Barabbas.
Which was born of the Father.
And Pilatus said to them, then what shall I do to Yahushua, who is called by the Shem of Mashiach?
The anointed one. Listen what happened.
All of them answered, let him be crucified.
You see what they said? Here go your two goats. One you were supposed to kill. The other one you were supposed to pronounce all your stuff upon and send them away. Now here we said, listen. And they missed it. Come on.
The governor said, and what Rosha has he done?
What happened?
But they still shouted and said, let him be crucified.
That's it. Let's kill that goat. Come on.
And it came to pass, when Pilatus saw that it was nothing benefited, and that the disturbance had only increased.
He did what?
He took Ma'im and washed his hands in the wound of the arm, and said, I am innocent of the dam of this Sadiq Ish.
What are you innocent from?
The dam of this Sadiq Ish.
You innocent of the blood of this righteous man?
You saw it.
Listen.
And all the arm answered and said,
what happened?
His dam
His what?
Is upon us,
and
upon our benin.
That's what you pay me for. That's book. I just sprinkled all the people. That book. All Torah. I just covered everybody being sprinkled. All he had to do was make them guilty of the body and the blood. That's all he had to do. He said, I covered myself. But see, people wouldn't have been watching, you'd have missed it. Hello? All I had to do is show y'all all things at the pattern he showed me in the mountain. He said, just show them to out of all the pattern I showed you. And we still, and guess what happened? We broke no laws. That's two.